Okay, so now we're actually live, and you've been hearing Josh playing music in the background while we were starting up.
Yep. Oops, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You were sort of beatboxing a little bit of the music there. So it's not too bad. Okay, I think I got everything else out of the way. Ish.
That's it.
So we are up to session number 25 of this group, and no one's died recently.
This is good.
Don't worry, him can change that soon.
I don't know, I'm thinking it's going to be other people dying.
Well, we don't know who's going to be the one who goes first.
It's the first person that drinks the coffee.
Before or after the XP?
No, I'm not classing the XP as a person.
I got 10 and 11.
Okay, so we have a couple of people online today and a couple of people in person. So first up we have Sue with Camdo. So would you like to describe Camdo to everyone for us, Sue?
Camdo's the princess. She's 6 foot tall, and like 18 or 19 or something now. And so she sort of just does things. It gets into her head and off she goes and does it, much to the angst of everybody else in the party.
No, I think we all find it amusing.
She actually doesn't notice, and she just goes off and does things, and they're always trying to protect her, but she feels she can protect herself.
You are doing quite well with it all. And then we have M.
I am Val. I am the Ranger Cleric.
Necromancer.
/ Necromancer, apparently. We are currently hunting more of my strange family in a very interesting town of copy and mist and mystique.
Yes. Many chances of seeing people you have heard of. And
Yes.
then up next we have Josh.
I am Chauvel. To put it mildly, I am hot-headed. And I've recently come to realize that my god is not so accurate with certain things that are happening around the region.
Yes, I'm sure he's been telling you quite often.
Probably.
The other thing is, you might not actually have been listening when he's telling you, so... bit hard to tell.
Probably.
And then at the table we have Ross.
Yes, I am Yodri. I am swashbuckler. I am handsome, charming, and I actually wear boots. Not like the usual halfling who don't wear boots. But
So is that sort of like Puss in Boots, but halfling variant?
If you're going
Not quite as cute.
If you're going for the Antonio Banderas one, yes. But if you're going for the classic one, no.
That's fair enough. And then we have Stefan.
I am playing Tidris, formerly known as Mdrak.
Formerly known as Symbol.
I
I actually
have
should say because that's a drum.
a very hard ass. And
Shaped like a saddle.
Shaped like a saddle,
And you
because I
can
ride a
crack
metal
walnuts.
saddle. My ass probably has a higher AC than I do. And I have the bagpipes and can play them, which is useful. And I play war drums as well. For the most part, I was working my way through teenage angst, and now it's teenage something. Still working it out. Having gone from a mountain dwarf to a hills dwarf kind of does that to you.
And the amusing thing is, even by the time we finish the campaign, if it goes for 20 game years, you'll still be doing the teenage angst the entire time.
Yeah.
Because you won't have graduated from teenager.
Yeah, you could probably get to reggae.
Probably.
He's got the metal drums.
Reggae angst.
Reggae on war drums.
Well, yeah, but he's also good at smoky.
Bringing bagpipes.
Oh God. No, the bagpipes will turn into something else. Something that he could use to smoke his hash and other elusive drugs.
So you guys have gone into Glantry, which reminds me I should actually get the books involved instead of just talking about it. So you've gone to Glantry and you have done a bit of running around.
Yeah, we're in Halintix, I think is the town that we're in.
It's the domain. The town's actually called something different.
Oh, okay.
But coffee could be the easiest way of naming the town.
No,
Because remember they used the wolf blend coffee.
Yeah, it's Nest Cafe.
Corgi town, there you go. So a bit of a accent.
Sounds like you're trying to say corgi.
Well, corgi is coffee in Japanese, so yeah.
So it's actually called Valaki.
Lucky.
Yes. VALLAKI.
Lucky. Yeah, so we are in the town of Balaki.
This sounds like it's going to be called wall chat. What was it? Wall chat.
The principality of necromancy in Poland.
Oh, is that the guy that is that the mayor? Well, that's yeah, but that's the head honcho. Is that one of his lackeys, or that's actually his?
Yeah, no. And you have heard that it's Lord Yuri Ivanovov who is in the Tower of Palinsk.
Oh, the tower's called.
Yeah, the tower is called Palinsk, as is the area around it, which is under his domain. So the village is not named after the tower.
Yeah.
But the village doesn't exist on the map because the tower's there, and the tower's the important part.
But is the tower next to the village?
Yes. Within a mile of the village.
Was it Yuri, what was his name? Yes.
It is Yuri Ivanovov. He's actually listed in your book.
Oh, cool.
He's one of your vampire hunting relatives.
Vampire hunting or vampire supporting?
Hunting, supporting.
I would put a solid question mark next to vampire hunting.
Yep.
You've got a piece to turn a blind eye, you know.
Handing people a different sort of steak instead of what they ask for.
Depends. Well, you got the vampire pirates as well.
Well, I give you the rump steak. Here, there you go. Go hunt a vampire with that one. We've been rubbed with fresh garlic today. I'm sure that will keep you safe.
Well, I don't really care much about vampires as long as they don't care much about me. As long as they leave me alone, I'll leave them alone.
Okay, so yes, and when we were here last time, we talked about it actually having the Society of Paul.
Oh,
Yes,
that's right.
We have the Society Ball at Pegasus against unwanted labels.
Yeah, but now it's now changed to people
Yep, people against unwanted labels.
because a unicorn is classed as a label.
And
Oh,
then,
against people.
you've
or
got,
Pegasus, I should say.
then you've got the town that you've just been to with the Wolf's Head Coffee, with the slogan, now with real bite. Also, Fur as a condiment, and Hera the dog.
Yeah.
And there is the Howling Wolf Coffee has been one of their alternate brands.
But they still don't have any bloody alcohol that doesn't have coffee in it.
No, everything's coffee made. The food is coffee
The
flavored.
hair of the dog, fur is one of it. What was the last one again?
Now with real bite.
I'm gonna run out of booze. Actually, no, I have run out of booze. Oh, fuck.
And last we had it, you're walking through the mist, heading towards the old windmill.
Yes. Because
And-
that's apparently what's interesting in my book.
Hopefully, there is booze there.
Or there's going to be death and zombies, who knows?
And as you step through the mist, you find yourself confronted with Camdu and Cheval back to back. They've been lost in. You've been lost in the mist for more than a day, not even being able to see more than what you can feel.
Oh,
So we walk up to you two and ask you how you've been.
And they sort of have about a 30-foot zone around them of no fog whatsoever.
So, and what's around, how far does it part away from us and me, our party?
I really.
There's about a 30-foot zone around Zal that has no fog in it.
Cool.
So from you in all directions, you can get about 30 feet before you hit a wall of fog.
Is that because of her fiery personality?
Possibly, but it's more Chauvel who has the fiery personality.
Yep. Bye.
Yet it didn't seem to help.
Yeah. Well, you just basically nuke the fog. Yeah.
Well, you could always try.
No, because then we'll be blinded.
Or sunburn.
Both.
So
Don't tempt me because it will happen.
So how was your crusade, guys? Did you get any killing done?
Drinking, anything like that.
Last they remembered, they set off to go crusading into the wilds of Galantry. They set up camp and then woke up in the middle of fog and basically have been fighting back to back ever since. They don't know where their horses are.
Oh.
What?
Ooh. Do
That's
we have
not
the
good.
horses?
No, you don't.
Oh, okay. That's not
can you just call them? Hers will come when she calls.
You've been calling them and they haven't been coming.
Oh, okay.
That's not good.
But there have been wolves in the fog.
Oh,
Right.
Have you killed any wolves?
They've tried, but not actually. They don't know if they have because they can't see until you got here.
Awesome.
Which means both of them have one level of exhaustion on them.
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So, what one level of exhaustion means is
Aren't they like a...
you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Ability checks. Okay.
So that is skill checks.
Next one up is everything, isn't it?
No, next one up is not quite so bad. Next one up after that one is half speed.
Plus the other
Plus
one.
that.
Yeah.
And the one after that is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah.
What was that, M?
How far off would they be from fatigue 2?
Well, they'd probably only be a couple of hours off from fatigue 2. Or exhausted 2 as it is.
Oh, it's also 2, sorry.
But the windmill wasn't that far away.
And you can keep moving to the windmill if you wish to.
Wouldn't you prefer to be in a building than in the open where wolves can just dart through the fog? Or the man wolves can dart through the fog?
I guess we continue on to the
The mill.
Think?
There's trouble at the mill.
How far away is it now?
Okay, so as you head towards the mill,
What the?
I'll be back in a sec. Just wait for a sec.
I'm just watching my Skype do crazy stuff.
It's trying to do
Yeah.
Oh, it's because you're receiving all those emails. Oh, looks the things.
No, that's just Skype. It's trying to show what I've shared.
Oh, okay.
Because I've shared that screen with the players so they can actually see the game table.
Okay.
Found it a lot easier for people who are remote if they can actually see people. We just don't see them.
We get to stalk you, not the other way around.
Yeah. Well, I did have people stalking the Skype people, but too many people on Skype and the connection just kept dropping out on the voice.
Well, it's a higher
Bandwidth required. Okay, so you think you're about 100 feet from the mill. You can sort of see the shadow of it above you.
We should be able to hear it.
It's not moving.
Okay.
Oh,
Maybe they've rotated it so the blade so it doesn't.
You're currently in the middle of a fog.
Yeah, but normally if
Fog's not moving.
there's no wind.
No wind happening at all.
I really hate this.
has this window looked like it has moved at all in any recent sort of time?
We haven't even been able to see it yet.
Well, you have to see it close enough to find out.
Oh, well, I guess we move on then. So long as we're not getting impeded by anything.
No, you seem to still have the fog-free area around you as you walk.
Sweet.
And as you get within about 40 foot of the mill, you start to see a road that leads right to it. A whole 10 feet of it left.
Great upkeeps.
Well, you think that it's not a huge desire to keep people sharing and caring. So as you get close to it, the windmill starts to appear out of the darkness.
Oh, that's probably because there's no wind, and that they probably wouldn't be able to use it to grind their coffee beans.
So it is an onion-domed edifice, leans forward into one side, as though trying to turn away from the steady grey sky. You see grey brick and dirt covering windows on the upper floors, a decrepit wooden platform encircling the windmill above a flimsy doorway leading to the building's interior. Perched on a wooden beam above the door is a raven. It hops about and squawks at you, seemingly agitated.
My apologies, Mr. Raven, for disturbing you. It's good to see finally something that is not a wolf or fog.
Sure, give me an insight roll.
15.
Okay, you think it was trying to warn you, and you see the raven fly off.
Okay, let's go back.
You think that's what you think? You have two people who can cast speak with animals in the party now.
Yeah, but you didn't have it up running, did you?
So it takes 10 minutes to do it as a ritual, or you have to have it memorized.
As long as parties have to wait outside the freaking window, that's nothing.
Yeah, but the raven's just flown off.
Unfortunately, yeah, he flew off.
After I told him not to. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I missed that part.
That's okay. He was staring for a little bit before he flew off. Not long enough for you to cast a spell, though.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
Now you just have to work out how to cast that into a ring and have it permanently cast.
Well, I can have it memorized today, but I tend not to because it really takes 10 minutes to full power, so I have other spells that appear to be more important.
Yeah, that is fair.
Hey,
It is. So, as you're there, you can see that the front door of it is shut, and there doesn't seem to be. There seems to be a little bit of light coming from under the door.
Is there anything above the doorway or anything like that? Like wolfsbane or anything protective up?
There is a sprig of garlic. Still smells fresh.
Who's gonna react to the garlic?
You guys probably. You've been out in the fog for what, like 2 days?
Have you checked to see if you're not undead?
There's someone who's casting stuff for undead.
No, I don't cast any undead stuff. Me.
Are you sure you didn't cast summon Showbell, so you got your undead spell summoning going?
I'm pretty sure. Unless I did that in my sleep. Because that would be kind of creepy.
Well, hey, you guys did have the good night's sleep, except for Titus, who was stuck cleaning up after a sick axe beat.
Yeah. Is my ex with me at the moment?
Yeah, he's quite happily moving around, scratching all over things.
Awesome. I will leave you be. In the meantime, I'm going to knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door. It sounds quite loud as you knock.
Why am I going to expect to see
It's
Adam?
a big door.
It's a
Adam the
small wooden
monster.
door, but it is echoing, and you can hear it echoing out the top of the windmill.
Ooh. Okay. That's cool. So there was a light on it that I could see underneath the door.
Yep.
Has that changed?
It has not changed, and you can smell the smell of fresh bread without coffee coming from under the door.
Interesting.
Garlic bread.
That's terrible.
What? So garlic and bread. What else would it be?
Well, the garlic freeze on the door, not on the bread. But okay,
Okay, so as you wait, I assume you hear the sound of footsteps coming across the ground towards you, inside.
awesome. I continue to wait patiently. I'm very surprised I haven't heard a who goes there yet. But anyway.
I see a guy who looks like Lurch going, "Bang."
And you hear the sound of about 3 different bolts being pulled back from the back of the door. One at mid level, one at head level, and one at ankle level.
Uh-huh.
And in
Good
the
soul security.
Yeah, but the locks are only going to be as good as the door. If they can go through the door.
the door looks fairly thick.
Cool.
Not as thick as these stone walls, but still thick. And as the door opens, the whole area is flooded with a warm light. You realise that it's been quite cold out in the foggy area. As you notice that your hands are all looking a little pale, except for Zal's, who looks perfectly fine.
Oh, awesome. That's not creepy at all.
And a woman in a long black robe with a hood mostly covering her face and white hair down in over her eyes says, "Come in, come in. Why are you here?"
We have travelled from afar to this interesting place to do some investigation into my family line.
So you have not come to buy any of my dream pasties?
Depends. Do you actually take coffee or actually money?
Why would I take coffee? Coffee's horrible.
I'm back.
Ooh. I like her already.
What did I miss?
Someone who hates coffee.
Oh,
We have, well, about to enter into the windmill, and the door has been opened by a lady dressed in black robe with white hair. She's invited to sit and asking us why we're here.
oh. Okay.
We weren't aware of someone selling such wares here. I've been called here to investigate my family line. That is all I'm aware of.
So, what does your family line do?
Various things. I'm trying to work out exactly where I stand in that. But,
Well, I've been selling various wares. I only took over this place in last year.
Oh.
Is any of it alcoholic?
Some.
That's drinkable?
Anything's drinkable, whether it's good for you or not, remains to be seen. If you survive, it was good for you. If you did not, I would not recommend it a second time. But you have to pay first, just in case.
So these dream
pasties.
So what? It gives you a vision or something like that, or
A guaranteed dream.
there you
I
go.
can't guarantee the quality of the dream, but I can guarantee that it's going to dream.
There you go. That's what it probably is. You need to buy the pasties to have a dream of your family.
Give one to the active.
You. Oh, great. You have to buy one first.
No, I was suggesting it to M.
So who did you take over from?
Who did I take over from? Oh, there was a bunch of would-be vampire hunters here. I say would-be because apparently they caught a vampire, and that was the end of their story.
Yes.
So are they now would-be vampires,
No,
or just would-be fertilizer?
fertilizer's more like it.
So what happened? Oh, do you know any more of the story than that, or what they were called?
They were called, well,
Shit.
that would probably work.
Is any of their stuff still here?
No, it was collected by the Lord who came by to see, he's the one who offered the residence to me after the vampire hunters didn't quite hunt as well as they thought they would.
Right. So this lord is up in that tower over the ways, isn't he?
Yeah, he's over there. He likes visitors. He's a very nice fellow. He's trying to keep the wolf population down. And he likes coffee for some strange reason.
Why didn't the vampires attack the village then if they took out the vampire hunters?
Because the vampire hunters don't walk around wearing garlic.
What?
Well,
Also, everyone in the town is wearing garlic.
and they drink coffee. Apparently the vampires in the area hate coffee. So far they haven't touched me, but then, hey, who wants old blood when they can have new blood?
Speaking
Yeah,
of which,
fair enough.
you've got any spare garlic cloves?
Sure. Do you have any spare gold?
Well, it depends on how much the garlic clove.
Well, I go for a cloth per gold. Considering I get it imported. Comes in by owl delivery. Flying owls are not cheap.
They sound like Harry Potter every 5 minutes.
I'm not going to get in my broomstick and go and get some more. Just because you want me to go get more. So I sell it to locals at a premium price. They pay per mile.
Yeah, but They don't understand the meaning of gold, so in that case they'd be
Why do you
paying-
think they don't have any gold? They pay me the gold, get the garlic. And they've worked their economy around giving me gold, which I'm happy with.
Why don't we just pay us some gold and get some garlic?
I think that's a great idea, she says. So how much garlic would you guys like? I do have a bag full.
Yeah, we'll have the bag full, thanks.
Okay, that would be 30 gold.
Yep, Kendall will hand it over.
Okay, she hands over a bag of garlic. That was a great transaction, thank you.
She opens it, makes sure it's garlic.
It is garlic. And it does have 30 cloves in it.
Yeah.
Good.
Now we just have to attach it.
How long do these cloves last?
Well, if you eat them, not very long.
No, we'll make garlands out of them. We'll string them around their neck like the garland.
Then that would work quite well. She recommends, the more important ones have more garlic around their neck. Especially the younger females. Apparently vampires like younger females more.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, but you're not young anymore.
Like 10.
Though I wouldn't worry too much about the dwarf or the halfling. I don't think the vampire likes that sort of blood.
Doesn't
No.
matter, we'll give them a clove anyway, just in case.
That's okay, you just rub it behind the ears and hope for the best. And if they get taken, at least you guys don't.
I think we should do that on all of us, but then also hang, one or two around their necks as well, just in case.
That might work.
Okay. So, what type of alcohol you got?
Well, I have something called mother's milk.
Anything
Yummy.
else?
No, it's something I make myself.
Yeah, there is.
Takes a while for each vial to be made, but it is potent.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to knock your socks off. If it doesn't bury you, I don't know what will. But I guarantee you, it's alcoholic.
Yeah. Same with the bloody horse cleanse got with the yak milk, fermented yak milk. Something like spirits.
Well, I do have some
Rum?
Tea that will lift your spirits.
Actually. What type of tea?
Well, I call it laughter tea. It's got this great cackle going through it. Would you like some?
How much is it?
Well, considering you've just bought my supply of garlic, I'm happy to throw in a teacup for you with no cost.
Oh, we can share a pot.
Oh, thank you.
I don't mind sharing a pot. I haven't had a good laugh for a few days. Would you like some tea, little dwarf?
Yes.
Who else would like some tea?
Does it have any side effects where you actually see things as well?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's not the.
When she's not looking, I'm going to give my teas the XP.
the eager tea to the actress.
I expect this to be special herbal tea.
Well, it is a herbal tea she concocts, and she puts a little bit for everyone. And after you give it to the XP, she gives you some more. As well, you're going to have some yourself. As you notice, the XP is now truckling away.
I'm just wondering if this is going to be like chasing the dragon.
Alright, I will take a tiny sip.
Okay. Constitution saving throw for everyone who has some tea. Who has some tea?
Oh, nice. That's 20.
20.
Was it a
Okay.
natural 20 or?
No, not natural.
I rolled a 20.
You take it? Okay. I got a 16.
You got a 16, and how did Zal and Cheryl go?
We don't drink tea.
Solid bigger than you, I think.
Well, apparently your axe beak was given some, and you can hear it chuckling away.
My axe beak.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
I think
XP.
it makes you happy.
Who got my axe beak tea?
I have no idea.
The beardless dwarf did.
Don't know what you're talking about.
And she has some, and she just laughs as she's enjoying her tea.
Yeah, just makes you happy.
So, is this similar to chasing the dragon? Yeah.
I've never chased a dragon.
Oh no, this is the one. This.
She says, looking at you with that look of uncomprehension.
No. I mean, and, like, because I would have done that opium.
It doesn't come across as opiate.
Okay. But do I still feel lightheaded and
No, you feel happier, even almost blissful.
cool? I have picked up a new pastime.
And you notice most of the paleness is disappearing from your hands.
Well, tea's
And so
normally supposed to be restoring.
and so when you have a look, only Cheval looks like he's mostly dead. And the one level of exhaustion is removed from our princess as she's had some of the tea.
This was actually quite good.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
And she packs it all up and says, "So, what else may I do for you?"
Who's does my character knows what the name of the owner of this region is, being
Lord Yuri Ivanov.
Does he procure any items from you? I would like to take one as a gift if he does.
Yes, I give him some dream pasties fairly often because he likes to dream and he likes to have different dreams.
Well, I will buy one of you. One has not happened before, if one exists, and we'll go visit.
Okay,
So if they go off, does that give you nightmares?
I wouldn't want them to go off. But she can't guarantee it won't be a nightmare because a nightmare is still a dream. I can guarantee a dream, not the quality of the dream. And so she pulls out what you've been smelling the whole time you've been in the room. A fantastic looking little pasty. She says, "That's 1 gold piece for each pasty. How many would you like?"
I'll have one.
I'll have a pasty for a gold piece.
I'll have one.
They're the dreams.
Yeah, these are the dream pasties.
Screw that. I'm gonna get some more tea.
How many does the Earl usually procure from you at a time?
Oh, depends on how much I've done and if he's the first one here.
That's a 17 to sleight of hand and feed it to the
That
axe
means he
beak.
buys them all.
Well, he comes to buy very randomly, and as she's saying this, you see the axe beak just collapse on the ground.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna send very swiftly to my axe beak.
One of the pasties falls out of its mouth, partly eaten.
Oh, it's having a dream. Oh dear.
Oh
Oh dear.
how do I wake my bird up?
Oh, it says, do you want your bird to be happy or sad?
Happy means let it dream. Sad if you wake it up.
It might be upset if you wake it up. It might be having a good dream.
How long do these dreams usually last?
Well, they normally last for about 8 hours.
Well, only ate half the pasty. Plus, it's also like twice the size. So
Yes, but the magic's been used up.
it's yeah.
magic.
So it's magic, not a drug.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
Made
enough.
from the finest ingredients.
Hmm.
My sisters upstairs are making some more.
So is the tea magic or
This is magic. We're in Galantry. The kingdom of magic.
Hold the phone. You just said something about sisters.
Yes.
How many do you have?
I have 3 sisters. Well, 2 sisters. I'm down here while they're working
Why?
because it's my turn.
Your turn?
Yeah, I get to meet and greet today.
See you rotate.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
keeps things interesting.
So which one of you is the baker extraordinaire?
Well, we all take turns baking. It's our signature thing.
But between you and me, which of you is the best?
Of course, I'm the best.
Okay, alright.
I'm always the best.
It's good to know.
And if one of them were down here, they'd say they're the best too.
But we wouldn't believe them because you're the best, obviously.
Well, we're all believable.
That's yet to be seen.
Can I roll the bullshit?
You can if you wish.
So, how long does this tea last?
The tea. Well, you didn't burst out laughing, so you've already used up the.
No. I meant if I bought some.
Oh, we don't sell them.
What
my
was
personal
the
stuff.
made of me?
And you want to make a insight roll to see if she's lying to you about something?
Yeah, is she lying about
Okay.
the tea?
So 16?
Okay. You think that she was lying about being the best of the 3 sisters at baking?
Uh-huh. I kind of just like raise an eyebrow. Like, really?
Well, of course. I just make the best one. You look for the ones with the M on it, because that means more Ganther.
What else?
What's the other sister's name? Sisters' names.
Well, one's Bella Sunbane. Obviously runs from the family, that doesn't live in the light. She's just looking outside. I haven't seen the sun since I moved to this place. And then there's a fella, Wormwiggle.
Okay, so yeah, I was about to say, so if we turn it around the other way, it'd be for Wormwiggle.
Yeah, you could turn it whichever way you like.
So, out of curiosity, this stock of tea that
Yep.
you have, do you make this yourself or is this imported?
I get it imported.
Where from?
Blantyre City. Best place to buy anything.
And what is the name of this tea? Does it have a different naming
Probably
around here, or is it?
giggle tea.
Well, it is cackle leaves. It's called.
Cackle leaves.
Yes, cackle leaves.
Interesting.
But I mix it with my own blend of stuff.
Ah, is that from local produce from the area?
Well, there'll be coffee then.
Close enough.
Uh-huh.
No coffee. I don't like coffee.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be coffee. That's good to know.
So, where are you getting your water from?
Water. What do I need water for?
Well, you need it to use for baking and that.
Yeah, that's magic.
Oh, so you summon it.
Why would I summon it? I just got magic. It's poured out of my container.
Hang on, that's not the overhanging, daunting question here. The question here is, A, where did they get the water from? B, we just drank tea. Back to question 1. Where did they get the water from?
You just say it's magic. So it's the something.
Haven't you ever used a magical water pourer before?
No, I was too poor to afford one of those.
I know
Oh,
of
that's right. You're a dwarf, aren't you? I'm so sorry.
I
It's
know
okay, I
of
can
them
use it.
because but they are ridiculously expensive.
Are they?
Where I'm from, they are.
Well, obviously you come from the wrong country. You should move here. Magic is dirt cheap here. As soon as the slaves they build it off.
It's got a slight height problem.
I have no problems with your height.
Yeah,
I think it's quaint, especially with the boots.
Thank you.
Not that you need them much.
No, well, the thing is, the sight of hairy feet in something just like this looks stupid.
Only to someone who is, caught up on their looks. I never cared much for looks.
Yeah, but it also does have functionality wearing boots.
Does it? You a tap dancer?
No, he's a foot rest, but he's looking for work.
He wants to rest feet. Why does he want to rest feet for?
You're supposed to rest yours on him. He
You're
charges
supposed to rest mine on him.
your feet on him, yeah.
But then it might catch halfly.
Tell me how you catch halfling. This is interesting.
It's the same way as you catch dwarfism.
Yeah, a bit like that too.
By the way, I am not a puff.
Yes, and there'll be a very full boot showing up shortly with some noise.
Oh, right, yes.
I read the same noise.
Sorry. He just mentioned boots like 2 seconds ago. My brain just went, this boot with lots of noise. I'm like,
Yes!
what's going on?
Yes, because I'm kicking your butt.
Have you seen Chanel's new cowboy boots?
No, this is the slippers all over again.
What, more bells than an entire paddock?
No. Oh, what? Where'd they go?
They went with him.
That will come back. Took him to his hometown.
Oh, that's right. There was the man.
Yes.
Yes.
So, do you guys have any place you want to stay, or do you want to stay here with us?
What time is it currently, and are we able to get to...
She looks outside and says, sometime during the day. I can't tell you what time during the day. We don't actually see the sun here.
Yeah, but as long as it's all day. How long does it take to get to Yuri's tower?
Depends on how lost you get. I've heard people taking a week to get the 1 mile from the town to the tower.
I think we should be okay. How long does it take someone who can navigate this area?
Well, if they can navigate themselves, they could probably be there in about, 30 minutes or less.
Yeah, let me guess. Pull compass out. Does it go crazy or...
You pull the compass out?
Yeah.
You have one?
Yeah. Got navigational items.
Okay, you pull the compass out, and it points to the center of the mill.
Well, move it along and it still points to the center.
Yep.
You might want to fix that.
On the plus side, I know where the mill is.
Oh, that's how most people find this place, where we seem to be magnetic.
By choice?
Is there a long road to this mill? I would love to explore it.
Well, it was magnetic beforehand, so we just find it advantageous. If people get lost in the fog, follow the compass and come right here.
Are the walls made of lodestone?
Not that we know of. We haven't tried grinding them up yet, but we can do that later.
Well, you're a dwarf, you can tell it.
I guess I could. Okay, natural 20 to see if there's any lodestone in these walls.
Okay, looking around, you think that the grindstone for the mill itself is a huge lodestone,
Oh, the grindstone. Okay. Wow.
which is basically on the floor above you.
That is okay. That's a huge lodestone. Okay.
It's at least 10 foot by 10 foot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
huge.
That's above us.
Yep.
Once I've had a look at that, I'll come back down.
They're normally at
down.
ground level because they
They
just
don't-
way have.
They normally do, but this one is one level up.
Let me guess, because this place is magic.
I'll pull M's character aside and just kind of whisper. Are you familiar with lodestones and how they generally work?
Not really. Can you remind me?
Basically, they give off a magnetic radiance which causes equipment and metals to tend to point to them and focus towards them. The grinding stone they're using is a 10 by 10 foot lodestone. This thing is worth thousands.
And
Still.
and is it usable? Does it look like it works?
Yeah, it's usable. It works, but why would you want it anyway?
And you'd have to destroy the tower to get there.
Yeah,
it's
it's just, and then you've got nowhere to take it to.
Oh, no. I'm not saying destroy it. I'm just trying to find out, like, why would they be using the lodestone to grind? Like, what we would think would be weak, but it must be for something magical.
and Ariadne's just showed up.
Yeah, my only guess would be possibly something magical, because otherwise any other stone should do.
Magical pastries.
What do you do?
Being inundated with notifications from Facebook.
And boot unloaded. Oh.
Friday, Saturday, 4 p.m. and 2.
So if you look on the view of the place, that is roughly what the mill looks like.
Apparently this is for you.
Yeah, that's for me. Can you see that?
I can see it. I'm just trying to make out what the are on each floor.
Well, it's also laid out like that too.
Yeah.
That's what it's like on the side.
Mm-hmm.
As for what's on each floor, it's mainly one room on each floor.
Okay.
Hello, I hear congratulations are in order.
Thank you.
Congratulations then! This is a summer roll. I don't know 100% if it's gluten free.
Oh, here they are.
I don't know if you eat sushi, but
I do.
I thought if you did, you might like some more.
Thank you very much.
I thought I'd take a risk. That makes sense?
No, sushi's always a good option.
Yeah. I had an inkling that you had sushi, but I just couldn't remember for the life of me. And they had like the finishing up for the day sort of thing, and so
Oh, they're special things.
yeah, they had special things. So
No.
you can have virtual sushi.
No, I don't.
You don't like sushi? You don't like sushi?
We love sushi.
Ah. Oh
That's
well.
right. I was trying to cook Josh. He's like that.
Might have that in the fridge for later because I
How
did
about I
have
just
some
propose
stuff
to
earlier.
I just assumed you had.
Okay, so for you guys, that's the mill. You can see the mill there and there.
Okay. So the grinder's the bottom right?
The grinder is on the floor up.
Okay.
Bottom floor is where you had
And
tea,
the sisters are above that?
and the two of the sisters are up with the grinder,
Oh, okay.
and one of them is down talking to you.
So would I have seen them when I inspected the grinder?
Oh, you can see the stone from below
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
because it makes up a big chunk of the roof.
Right.
So, is it magical?
But the stone,
Yes.
you cast detect magic.
Yes, prepare to find that the bloody floor is magical.
Yeah, I'm expecting so much.
It's called invection heating.
Let's see, detect magic.
No, the thing that gets me is the windwheel blades weren't moving, correct? But this is.
Hmm?
That's another thing.
Nothing like magic to really mess with you.
But as long as they have a spell that can repel magnetic force, it will keep spinning. Because of physics.
Okay, so do you cast detect magic as a ritual, or do you do it as an action?
We've been talking with her, so I probably would have done it on the side for 10 minutes.
It's an obvious thing to do as a ritual, and it also requires a skill check if you don't actually have it memorized.
You're not that good.
No. I'm not that good. Yeah, like, either that or I just ask her, like, do you know if the rock's magical?
Most of this place is magical, she says. It's Galantry. We operate with, if it's not magical, it's not worth dealing with.
Right. So, yes. Thereabouts.
So, out of just pure curiosity, as a dwarf, I find stone interesting, and that lodestone you've got up there is
Yep.
spinning on its own.
Of course.
Outside, we haven't seen the sails move, so obviously it's
We
magic.
upgraded.
Yeah. What kind of magic are you using to spin that?
Spinning magic? She shrugged.
Oh, so it's nothing to do with magnets or anything.
No, we bought the stone. Stone works.
So it came with the enchantment?
Of course.
Oh, interesting.
Best enchantments are done by someone else, so you can waste their time.
Right.
And
Wait,
if
so
it
now you
What my dwarf friend is embarrassed to say,
So I
he's
didn't-
wanting to know, was it dwarven made or was it made by
well,
someone?
definitely not be dwarven made. Dwarves don't make very good magic.
No, but they use runes.
Well, they possibly do use runes, but what's the point in a rune? If you can't read it, you can't use it.
Yeah, there's certain speculations, but yes. No, I was merely curious if it was magnetic, a type of magnetic magic or some other kind.
No, that'd be gnomes if it was using that, because they like
Well-
to use this thing called science.
Oh, we do have gnomes stop by occasionally. We're not too far from one of their old homelands.
What, drop out of the sky types?
Well, they had a place called the Three Fires Volcano. Three Fires Volcanoes, just in the mountains near here.
Wasn't there a dwarven community with them as well?
Not there. That was just gnomes. They had one of the biggest cities there. Unfortunately, they ticked off the dragons.
Who doesn't piss off the dragons?
I haven't.
No, I meant as a race-wise.
He thinks for a moment and goes, well, bit hard not to piss off someone who wants everything.
And I'm not classing gods as races.
Well, I'm sure the dragons consider themselves gods.
Speaking of which,
Dragons or gods?
no, pissing off dragons. Have you heard anything about any giant folk?
Oh yeah, they all left the region. And there's no more giants left in this area. Which is a shame because their bones are quite good at breaking up and using ingredients. They make the best flour.
Do you use that flour in your cakes, perchance?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Waste not, want not.
Right.
I thought you probably you use it as a seasoning.
No, as the flour.
Might
How do you use bones as flour?
Bone
Grind it up.
Yeah, but that's still not really. It does become a powder.
I was gonna get my coat.
I don't want to think about it.
That's okay. You just eat one and then you go, yeah, you understand. It's so much better once you've tried it than if you hear about it. Because most things sound disgusting until you try it.
No, I'm thinking it was more like like cement type.
Less like cement. But we do make some rock cakes that are very, very much like cement, but we
There
don't
you
sell
go.
them very often. Mainly because it really was a dwarven delicacy, and we haven't really had many dwarves through here.
What clans were the giants from that were in this region?
Well, we had stone and, well, mainly stone giants, and there were some fire giants from up near the Three Fires volcanoes.
Uh-huh. And how long ago have they just vanished?
In the last year or two?
So very recent then.
Yeah.
So we've got sea giants disappearing, hill giants disappearing, or becoming all. Storm giants losing power.
Well, maybe they should, recharge every now and then.
No, I meant they're no longer at the top of the tree.
Well, it would be rather silly to stand on top of a tree, especially with all this lightning about and dragons. Dragons like to burn things up in the air. He just looks at you, not really understanding.
So how often does the Lord come to the...
Well, it's very hard to tell days, because most days, sort of blur. And I just sleep whenever I feel tired, so he could be around any time.
How familiar are you with magic use within the region in terms of historically?
Historically, don't really care about that sort of thing. I only care about the latest and greatest.
Okay.
What's the latest fad in bringing your friends back to life? Or what's the latest fad in blowing things up? Or what's the latest fad in convincing someone that you are the best person in the world to do something for them?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sounds like Stefan's character. How do I get all my friends back? I blow up a single kill.
Blow them up, that'll make them happy, right?
I'm sure blowing them up will reanimate them in no time.
Exactly.
So, why do you have a interest in the history of magic? The Great School of Magic would probably have everything you want.
Well, being a dwarf, we aren't very good at magic.
Well,
That's
depending
not
on
my
the...
problem.
depending
It's
on which-
not, but that's why I'm...
Well, you can research it. What you can't do.
Yes, I'm merely being inquisitive of that which I cannot do.
But you seem to be more of a hill dwarf, so you might be able to do more magic now.
Perhaps. But, it takes many years. I'm sure I don't
Does
have...
it?
Well, perhaps not for...
It depends on which sort of brand of magic you go for.
I'm not sure. But for one as such as yourself, I'm sure magic is easy to pick up. For me, it's very difficult.
Well, it depends on if it's in your blood. I'm sure you can get someone to, inject something into your blood to make it better.
You can get magic by people injecting blood?
Yeah. Didn't you know that? Magic country. These things happen.
Huh. No, this is news to me.
Yeah, but there's also side effects.
There are side effects to everything. Side effect: you don't eat food, you die. Side effect: you don't drink water, you die.
What is
Side effect:
but
you
isn't
stop
that-
breathing, you die.
Isn't that similar how to what happened to the Mad Dwarfs?
Mad Dwarf. I like the Mad Dwarfs. They were nice people to talk to. I could actually hold a conversation with one without having to think.
This is concerning.
So what? You now want to hold a jar of dirt?
No.
So, would you like to have some sort of magic then?
No.
I have a series of injections here.
No, I greatly appreciate that, but I'm merely curious. My master would not let me have any hands on that.
Who cares what masters want? Once you've got magic, they can't say anything. Magic people aren't allowed to be slaves.
Mm. I wish that were the case.
I have freed
but
many that way. It was fun.
by... Sorry, I'm not following you. Freed them how exactly?
Oh, I made them magic. Once they were magic, they couldn't be enslaved.
Explosively, or...
Well,
no, you got
only when it went wrong.
you
That
got,
only happened rarely.
Yeah, you've got multiple ways that you can become magical,
Uh-huh.
both in life and in unlife.
These are options I will have to think about and talk to my master about.
Oh, actually, your master doesn't have anything to do with it. It's completely up to you.
No, it's
Your master would probably say no.
No, it's more of the master's friend who's going to more be upset. Especially if you cross over. She'll definitely be annoyed.
Just a little bit.
Mind you, I have no problems with the living impaired. Some of my crewmates were living
She
impaired.
says, you have heard of, bloodline magic, haven't you?
I have heard mentions of it.
That's okay. I just inject you with the right bloodline. As long as it takes, you've got magic. See? Easy.
Yeah, but that doesn't last very long.
Well, it depends on if he actually manages to get the magic to work before it stops.
Oh, is that the trick?
Yeah,
I thought
that's the trick.
I thought it just basically...
Also, where you inject it. The injection place is important. Each race is different. I've tried.
Why are we trying to become magical all of a sudden?
It's because he's now thinking of becoming a citizen of Galadriel.
No, I'm merely...
He doesn't want to become a slave.
I'm merely asking
Yeah.
curious questions about magic because this lodestone is freaking huge and it's something magical, so I'm just trying to ask curious questions.
I'm just more curious on how much the damn thing would cost.
Oh, it didn't cost me anything, she says.
It was here when you got it.
Oh no, for the previous owner didn't want it anymore.
Why not?
They died.
Oh,
Was this lodestone beforehand, or is this renovations we've done?
What renovations? We just connected the windmill out front. It never turned anyway.
We go for an L. How many hours before my axe beak wakes up again? Like 8?
She looks down at it going, considering all the talking we're doing, probably close to 8 hours.
Don't blame me, blame the person who bought one.
My axe beak.
Don't know what you're talking about.
What was that, Em?
Asking the lady if she will take a gold piece to babysit my axe beak while he's asleep while we visit Yuri.
Sure, she says.
And
Did you say based?
Yes.
As in cooking?
Yes. Let's go with that one.
So Rossi's asking if you're asking her to prepare your bird for cooking while you're away for a gold piece.
That's because that's what it sounded like.
She does.
We're taking the axe beak with us.
She does have an oven big enough. She does have a pan. She's happy to try if you wanted to.
And she's got her secret herbs and spices.
No, I do not want Kentucky fried axe beak, okay?
Oh, it won't be Kentucky Fried. It'll be well baked. She said.
Actually, it's making me hungry now.
No, I want my axe beak very much alive Do you have a?
Well, she can reanimate it afterwards if you like. Once you've had a good eat, then she can reanimate it. Or at least get someone in who can. She does know a few people.
That's with or without the feathers.
Yeah, that is optional.
Oh, no. No. Do you have a wagon or something that we can put my axe beak in?
No, I don't have a wagon. I haven't had a need for, such mundane transport. If you can't fly, why would you go anywhere?
Well,
And my broom doesn't have room for an axe-beak, so I'm sorry you can't borrow that.
yeah, but how do you get your supplies here?
By owl. That's why it costs so much.
How big is the bloody owls?
No, you just cast a spell of weight nullification.
Yeah. Do you have such a spell so we can carry or take my axe beak with us?
Nothing for living transport, but I can stuff him in a bag. Can't guarantee he'll be alive when you pull him out, but he would fit.
No. I want my axe beak very much.
It's Schrodinger's axe beak.
Well, if you want it alive, then we're going to have to wait till it wakes up.
I'm in
Well, the other thing is somebody didn't drink any tea, so as soon as we start going outside, they're going to be collapsing anyway.
Yeah, that's what Josh just said. Are you able to put us up for board for the night then? I very much.
It's going to be
like,
bed crowded.
not leave my
This
axe
isn't
beak
the-
here.
As big as
You could, though, where would you most like to sleep? I don't really want people sleeping where I'm cooking.
Well, that's up to you, I guess. I can't exactly move my axe beak from here, so I'm not sure how you feel about that.
Well, I did suggest the pan.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
by the time you finish cooking, it would have been already 8 hours.
I could slow cook it for 8 hours if you like.
No, the size of this is going to take about 8 hours to cook anyway.
No, the other one's pretty thorough.
Yeah, but you don't want to cook it too hot.
Well, it's guaranteed to cook all the way through.
Oh, that's right. You've got magical.
Why would you not use a magical oven? It's just crazy talk.
No, but then there's actually a skill in using it.
Still skill in using it. You gotta know which button to push. There was flash fry, but that never turned out well. Apparently, that mode is faulty, and
No,
it just
no.
turns it to
That's not flash fry. That's cremate.
well, it's called flash fry on the instructions.
Yeah, but it's actually cremate. You probably.
I was going to flash fry some rats for one of our owl deliveries, but it just the owl wouldn't touch it.
Well, I'm gonna sleep with my axe beak because I don't trust any of you.
Sure. Would you like it arranged in any particular way, with gravy or with?
No. Where he is right now will suffice.
Okay. He's sitting at the table with his head in a bowl of something.
Yeah, bowl of what?
I have no idea, she says, looking down at it. Whatever it was, it's now more axe beak than whatever it used to be.
Awesome. I get my axe beak's head out. Hopefully he wasn't blocking his nostrils.
Nope, but he has this happy look to his face.
Oh, of course it was the bloody giggle tea.
No, he's had the giggle. Actually, is there any side effects having the giggle tea and the dream pudding? The big dream.
Find out.
I don't know, you should try some and find out.
No, the axe beak just did.
Did it?
Yes, Mister. I'm so good at
Ask him in the morning, she says. You can speak to animals, can't you? Or you're not that sort of halfling?
No, I'm seabearing.
You're sea-bearing. So what are you doing here way away from land? Way in the middle of land, away from water?
I got sort of diverted flying a gnomish device.
So why are you flying a gnomish device if you're seabearing?
Because the gnomes parked it in a spot where I could pinch it.
Yes, but their devices go nuts.
Yeah, it was fun.
She just looks at you and goes, I think I prefer talking to a crazy dwarf. At least then I know where I stand.
What, on your feet?
I can meet mind to mind for crazy dwarf. You just seem, worse than a crazy dwarf.
No, that was just an adrenal rush. Mind you, it was fun.
Yes, you go up and then you go down and go splat.
No, I did land.
He looks at you. Sure.
Well,
If you can call landing, landing.
No, anything you can walk away from, it's a landing. True, I don't know how to put the bloody thing back
I can
together.
push you out the window and that's a landing.
No, isn't the landing
Doesn't
window
matter how far out the window I push you.
Okay, if I land with not getting hurt, then that's a landing. Not a crash.
Even if you're right off the thing you're flying.
Well, it crashed, I landed.
You're not borrowing my broom.
No, I wouldn't know how to fly it.
That's understandable. You crashed a gnomish thing and they're supposed to be easier to fly. You must have run it out of fuel.
Just got his license revoked.
Did you get a license in the first place?
Now that's a good question.
I see she pulls out a little plastic chip sort of thing and says, "See, here's my flying license. I got that at the Great School of Magic," she says.
I've got my boating license, so I class that aircraft as a boat. So
Did you get that at the Great School of Magic as well?
no, I got it at the School of Piracy.
Well, that doesn't count. Come on, show me your chip.
Okay. Yep.
She looks at it going, "No, I don't recognise that one. Not valid around here."
That's because we're inland.
That's not my problem. If you want to, swim the land, that's your problem. So she says, "Does anyone need anything before you settle in for the night?"
Well, actually, it's probably more of day than anything because you can still sort of see outside.
You look out and just fog everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, you can actually still see fog. If it's nighttime, you wouldn't be able to see fog.
There's enough light in here that you'll still see the fog no matter what time of night it is.
Oh, if you turn the lights out.
I'm going to make sure that the pastries that I bought and anyone else bought are away and ask her to keep the pastry she has left over in a safe spot that is actually proof.
Can't guarantee that because, Axbeaks can eat through most things. Why do you think they called him Axbeak?
Me and my Axbeaks are going to have words.
Hopefully they, make sentences and then become useful.
She can talk to animals.
Well, words help when they're strung together, she says, looking at you earnestly.
Well, at least I'm not trying to teach it how to draw.
Hey, it was picking up skills. This is impressive.
Yes, it's been scratching all over my floor before it fell unconscious.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's now given it a bad habit.
It's not a habit, it's a learning curve.
Yeah, and what happens if it eventually learns out how to do a rune of death or something like that?
It doesn't know how to activate it.
Unless you actually know how to scribe the rune properly, it doesn't matter if you get the rune for death
Yes,
right.
but we've got a bloody paladin of chaos. It's anything's going to bound to happen with him around. Or her around.
They still have to have known the rune properly. So you can't draw the rune even from seeing it and actually activate it. It's like a spell, you have to learn the rune properly. And you only create runes that can be empowered if you know the rune.
So what words were you teaching it?
I was teaching it the rune for home.
Someone's reversing.
Yeah, apparently the Axbeak just reversed a bit when it went down.
Watch out, it's backing up.
He was having a good dream where he was chasing a wolf, so he sort of scrambled a little bit on the ground.
Yes, and you look down and he seems to have broken off a chair leg with one of his feet.
Oh, awesome.
That's okay. His claws are bigger than the chair leg,
Yeah, I know.
and his head would be bigger than most of the table.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and if you knew the cantrip mend, you'd be able to fix the table and the chair.
I might actually know the cantrip mend.
Okay, so Morgantha says I'm gonna head up now and go back to making stuff. Please don't go through my stuff, or I'll have to eat you.
That sounds harsh.
Well, going through my stuff is also harsh.
This is true.
I've asked you nicely.
Will your sisters be coming down during the night? Or?
Possibly.
Okay.
Don't eat them either, or they'll eat you.
No, I was just curious if you'd be running into them or not.
I'm sure you'll run into them plenty of times.
Right, do they look like you?
They're female. Do all females look alike to you? They've got white hair as well, and a black cloak. So does that mean they all look identical to you?
They must do. What do I know? I'm a dwarf.
Fair enough.
I'm just going to go to sleep.
There's gnomish goggles that do that.
Well, there are beer goggles that do that too, she says.
Hmm.
So should I inject the dwarf overnight to see if something happens?
Please no.
It's up to the dwarf.
He's asleep.
I've gone to sleep.
I'm sure he could, wake up with a surprise.
Yeah, I'll have a diamond ass.
He already has a magical ability. He's got a diamond ass.
He does.
No, I have a steel ass currently. I'm working up to a diamond ass.
Okay, he's working.
Is he part monk?
No.
I know they have these forms where they get harder and harder bodies. Does he work in dance halls?
No, but he does ride a donkey with a steel saddle.
Is that sort of like your youthism about chasing the dragon?
No, chasing the dragon, smoking opiates.
Why would you want to smoke opiates? They're so much more fun to bake into bread. More taste. Why would you ruin the flavour by smoking it?
Because we're on a ship.
That sounds rather boring. Well, it lasts longer as you can get more bang for your buck by making it through. And she starts going on and on about how the opiate will get through to you better, last longer, and be more cost effective putting it into your baking material. Apparently she knows how to make hallucinogenic material out of baking.
Why are you actually here? You could earn a massive amount of money in that. So why are you in the middle of nowhere?
I wanted a break. This is our summer vacation.
Okay. So you're normally in the capital?
Yeah, normally in the capital. We're here on summer break.
Summer?
Yeah. It's the middle of summer, she says.
All the seasons are the same here, isn't it?
Well, in this region, yes. And I don't like the sun too much, so avoiding the worst of the summer. Sun means that I get to come here and look at the fog for a while and then go back to the capital after summer.
So what, the capital does get sun?
Yeah. Not the capital of this principality, but Calantry City gets plenty of sun. It's never been overcast. Just don't go out at night. Well, not near the central part of the city. Nightwings tend to patrol the area.
Have we run into one of those?
Yes.
You've run into the Night Walker, which is one of the Nightwing subgroups.
Right.
It was like that scary level 20 thing.
Yeah, the one that...
Yeah. Which knew my true name.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Who knows? It might not have changed.
Who knows?
Well, the thing is, you were a ranger then, so it might not work now.
Yes, sir.
Same reason why I may no longer recognise the dwarf.
Let's not test that theory.
No.
So she heads up. She heads up. Another slightly heavier one comes down.
I'm currently asleep, I think, at this point.
And she comes right up to the halfling and goes, "So someone asked for a shot?
No one asked for a shot.
No one asked for a shot. You didn't want any alcohol."
Oh, you're talking about alcohol. I thought you were talking about giving the dwarf a bloody blood drink.
Oh, I can do that too.
No.
I don't mind. It wouldn't be no harm. I've really wanted to try out some of the things I've got on dwarves. That they are known to be the most resistant to magical infestation around. And if I could just try it on a willing dwarf subject, I might be able to test a theory.
No, unfortunately, he's already been screwed over magically before, so...
Well, it's not guaranteed to screw him over. It might actually improve him.
I think he only
Does he want an extra hand, extra foot, fur, wings, magical ability?
So that means he'll become an Ewok.
I could make him taller.
You can give his beard back.
Oh,
But
that's
it better be
Full
full
body
body beard.
full body beard I can do. I've got one of those nearby.
We're not talking about the ones outside.
No. She walks over to a different cupboard and starts opens it. It's full of syringes.
No, I was
All glowing different colours.
No. Even though it would be funny, but no.
How about you then?
No.
I can improve things for you, make you fly better. You want wings, don't you? See, this one gives you wings.
Better than Red Bull.
I call it Red Bull.
No, I'm fine, thanks.
I got that joke from a town once when they were saying this stuff makes you fly. I said no, my stuff makes you fly more, and so we tested it. Mine worked better than theirs. But of course, I didn't tell them it was a limited time only. So there was a rather quiet time afterwards when they all fell. But I did clean up afterwards.
I can see you can clean up multiple ways on that one.
Well, I managed to get a grindstone out of it.
Okay, well there's a...
Well, they weren't needing it anymore. So pick a colour, any colour.
No,
and
I'm fine if I wanted to learn magic in that, I would eventually head back to my ship and learn
What? Sea Wave? I'm sure there's a school called Sea Wave. So you see the wave and you wave.
ha. Ocean magic can be very dangerous.
Well, ocean magic's very unpredictable.
True. Same with weather magic.
No, I can predict weather magic quite well.
Yes, I can too predict the weather. Outside, I believe it'll be fog.
See, look, my magic works fine. Your magic works great too. So, how about we improve the dwarf's magic?
As it would be funny, I don't think he would enjoy it.
Does he want to be more water-like? Does he want to be more like trees? Does he want to be prettier?
How can you make a dwarf pretty?
Well, I've got this nymph bloodline. Just don't look at him while he's naked, and you're fine.
Basically, you're going to turn him into a short elf.
No, he'll still be stocky, but he'll be pretty.
Okay, you're going to turn him into a butch elf.
No,
A short butch elf.
Maybe elves sort of start around 6 foot. He'd still be around his 4 foot
Actually,
something.
isn't there the little grumpy elves and...
Oh yeah, there's some of those ones. They're just funny.
Yeah.
They think they're elves, but they're just tiny. And they get so upset when you point out how tiny they are.
Maybe you've just worked out how those elves came around.
Possibly, but they're not that pretty. They just speak with this strange accent, and they're the ones that love the bulls. They're the ones that got the Lodestone from. It's not like they need it anymore. So, no one's in for a quick jab?
No. I prefer to do the old-fashioned way of learning it. No quick fix.
Well, there's a school of magic. You can just sign up for a couple of semesters, and you can earn your citizenship that way. 4 years, no waiting. Hard work, just like you asked for. What could go wrong?
Lots of things.
So, did Camdo want to get a quick magic infusion?
Well, looking at what's happened to everyone else, no.
What? Nothing's happened to anybody else.
We've had people knocked out for 8 hours.
No, we've got a bird that's
Yeah.
knocked out for 8 hours. That's the only thing that's happened.
Well, you don't know what effect it's going to have.
Well, you just asked what bloodline it's a part of.
So,
Yeah, no, can't do one.
how about Zal? Would Zal like to have something help her sniff things out?
So I'm just on the toilet right now, so.
So, how about Chevelle then?
Cheval, do you
Would Chevelle like to be more mighty?
more powerful, able to throw fireballs or breathe fire?
Shmuel is one of the issues.
She doesn't want to, get a little bit more, flame in her breath.
No. I'll decline that offer. Thank you.
I'm sure Scales would look great with your tan.
Red Scales. Yes, he now has to make up a Dragonborn character.
Sorry, I heard my name.
Does Zal want to get a little help with sniffing out her undead friends?
There's a couple of ways.
I'm doing an okay job by myself.
Well, this would be by yourself. It just gives you a little enhancement. You come to Glantry, get enhancements, and you just become better. Magic fixes everything.
Yeah, but isn't there a side effect that she basically starts howling at the moon and growing excess fur?
Who's going to notice?
Us, because we'll be on a meal.
Just give her some raw meat and she'll be fine.
Well, there goes her axe beak.
No, there's nothing happening with my XP. Go away.
Oh no, this is not for your axe beak. This is for you. It's guaranteed to improve your reflexes.
And you can sniff out undead.
No, I'm good. I have enough magic of my own, and I use a cantrip resistance just because I can.
She just looks at you, shakes her head and says, I don't know, no adventure. What I wouldn't take for a couple of heroes to try something different.
Yes, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we're the very overpowered but cautious heroes.
Yeah, well, she heard that the previous group of heroes who were living out of here thought the same way. They're a little too cautious around magic. I'm sure that was their downfall.
I'm sure they had good reason.
Yeah, well, apparently they were hunting vampires, but they wanted to do it the old school way.
I don't blame them.
Old
to be
school?
honest.
Yeah, that they wanted to, do it with just their own eyes. Apparently using other people's eyes just didn't work well for them.
Yeah. I can see why that would not be a good thing.
Well, we do have other people's eyes for sale if you want to borrow some.
Oh, no, I'm good with that too. I like the old school methods as well.
Well, you get to, while sucking on it, get to see what they last saw.
Yeah.
eyes of the people who were here before?
No, from other people.
Yeah. Okay.
People who have died in the region.
Mm-hmm.
I pay well for the eyes, and it gives me great stories.
Yeah, fair enough.
Plus-
It's not my thing.
Plus, it's also a nice delicacy every now and then.
Yeah, it's still not my thing.
Oh, each to their own. I'm sure your expert would love it.
I expect like anything that's
I'm
got
sure he
blood
would.
in it.
If he was awake and didn't eat your pastries.
Well, you should blame that on that dwarf of yours. He seems to be feeding it everything.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Don't know why you trust your dwarf. You should inject him with something.
Yeah, maybe.
He'd be less likely to play with someone else if he gets injected each time he does.
Tempting, but no.
Sounds like you're going to inject him with some type of lobotomizing drug.
We tried using those, but unfortunately they weren't as useful as zombies. So we were better off reanimating them than using a lobotomizing drug.
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
as I said it to your sister before, he doesn't want to become the living impaired. Whatever.
He's a dwarf. He has these fantastic resistances. We should make use of it while he's still alive.
He's a hill dwarf, not a mountain dwarf.
Is there a difference?
Yeah.
Worth trying.
Apparently.
Worth trying in experiments then. I never experimented on a hill dwarf before.
Just think of a softer version of a mountain dwarf.
You mean I can't push him off a cliff and see him bounce?
No, he just squishes.
Disappointing. They make such a good scream as they go down.
No, he wouldn't be screaming, he'd be just swearing. As a typical dwarf.
Okay, well, unless you want a shot of something, then I will leave
Well,
you
if
to
you've
it.
got some rum.
I do. It's, came from a pirate.
Cool.
She pulls out a bottle that's got a skull and crossbones on it. Looks like it was made from a peg leg. See,
So you've got the pig leg as the
this is the pirate
The
brand I
kind
got
of-
from the city. They do everything for pirate brand, and they guarantee that you'll talk like a pirate for a day after drinking it.
Okay, so there's not going to be any change for me then.
Yes, well, even people who say they're pirates always sound so much funnier on this.
I've got a bad feeling I'm going to sound like a bloody pixie pirate.
So it's always shiver me timbers that, arg this. But happy to give you a shot if you like. It's always interesting to see what happens when people drink the pirate.
2 shots.
2 shots.
So let's see let's see what the dwarf reacts.
I'm asleep.
So, your mouth's open.
You don't pour anything while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Technically, wouldn't that choke me?
Possibly.
Not if I time it right.
She pours you 2 shots.
Yep, and I'll give the dwarf one. Oh,
Okay. Give me a reflex roll. And what's your reflex? What's your dexterity bonus?
can I do
plus 10?
sleight of hand?
Plus 10.
Dexterity bonus plus 10.
Yeah, can I do with it sleight of hand?
No, because he's supposed to be sleeping at the moment. He's not watching you. 12. So what do you get?
Me, I got a 4. What is it? Reflex.
Dexterity.
Oh, that's a 19.
Okay, so yes, a bit of liquid gets into your mouth at the right time.
Okay.
You're sleeping perfectly fine. You're going from this nice blissful sleep of home to sleeping on board a rolling ship.
Yes,
With a lot of
that's what I'm
storm.
expecting.
Fair enough.
Going up
and down, left to right, up and left, down and right. And
Yuck.
Cool.
Wonderful.
you've never been on a boat before, but it seems so strange.
Yeah. Probably gonna feel very sick in the morning.
So this stuff is really good then.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's 14.
Okay. You start talking like a pirate.
Yeah, but do I get the effects that I feel on the ship?
No, because you're not sleeping.
Uh,
You just start talking like a pirate for the next 24 hours.
Oh,
Arr! Ay. But do I sound like a bloody pixie pirate or just a blood?
You sound a lot deeper, as if you're probably about another, twice as tall.
Okay.
You sound like you're a medium-sized creature with a big, hardy chest. Coming from a halfling is quite funny.
Cool. How much was the bottle?
Oh, I don't sell that bottle.
No. How much was the bottle?
Oh, the bottle was 100 gold. It's very hard to distill the blood of a pirate into alcohol. Especially when they're unwilling. But considering most of their alcohol is, most of their blood is alcohol based, it does make a very good alcoholic brew.
Well, at least it's not coffee.
Oh yeah, I don't like coffee. Apparently, my one of my sisters does. She's just strange. So, does anyone want anything from this sister? Nope.
I think they've gone to sleep.
She heads up. And the last one comes down. Seems to be moving a lot smoother than the others.
So, you're the oldest
No, youngest. This time.
this time.
So I hear you're all just, resting to wait for your bird to cook. I don't know why. Someone kept saying baste the bird.
Yeah, that got me confused as well. But the owner of the bird can get confusing.
The owner of the bird want to be basted with the bird? That just sounds weird.
Currently, the bird is now a pillow.
Well, that's a loud pillow. I can hear it upstairs.
Blame the dwarf for that.
She looks over. Oh yeah, the dwarf's making more noise than the bird.
I'm sorry about that.
Apparently he's snoring in R's.
Yeah.
Did you give him the pirate brew?
Mm-hmm.
She just sighs.
Oh, I got homesick.
Well, if you want to make the most of it, you probably want to sleep while you're drinking it. We use it occasionally in our dream pasties. For those who love to dream of the open ocean. So, does anyone else want anything?
So she's just come down.
Well, everybody else.
Gone.
Pretty much.
No, fair enough. I'm pretty sure most of us are falling asleep by now.
Yep.
I'm not.
So you're on watch.
Yep. Because I've dealt with sea hags before.
Ugh. Shiver me timbers.
Yeah,
Throw the man down.
These may not be sea hags, but they're similar. They're prettier. Mind you, sea hags can be pretty too.
Any hag can be pretty, but then again, these people haven't been showing you what they look like.
So she just potters around cleaning up around you all. And then next thing you know, the X-Beak wakes up and it's been 8 hours.
Awesome.
And it's been enough to wake up the dwarf as well, who it yells out in pirate terms.
And the halfling giggles. Or actually laughs as James L. Jones.
Is there a bucket nearby?
Yep.
I will spew into the bucket.
Okay.
That's not going to work.
Okay, you throw up in the bucket.
Yep.
One of the hags picks up the bucket and takes it upstairs.
I wasn't done with.
Dwarven spew pastries.
Wait, not what? Not you hear coming from upstairs.
I will then continue feeling sick outside the front door.
Okay, you step outside. It's just white everywhere.
But is there a ground?
You can feel the ground, but you can't see it. You can't even see your hand waving in front of your face.
Has he actually got his land legs back?
Nope.
So he's actually stumbling around. He's not.
Probably. And I'll probably.
This ground is not entirely stable.
Yeah, I'll probably feel sick again.
And one of them rushes down for a bucket to catch what they can.
Wow, that's quick.
Oh, they really like you, you land lover.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, that's a 2, so I probably spewed again.
Okay, and they pat you on the back going, thanks for that one, that's a nice donation.
I'm not sure what to say. I think you're welcome.
Or would you like some pastries? We're about to make a batch.
No food right now.
No, I think you probably want another shot.
No, nothing, just no.
Well,
no.
we got an injection that will make that go away.
No, what?
Oh no.
It's a cure for just about anything.
That's what, troll's blood.
No, we call it hair of the dog.
But is it
Well, isn't that coffee?
No, we don't use that. Oh, she goes, well, we do have the coffee that's called hair of the dog, but I've got an injection called hair of the dog as well.
Actually, isn't that lycanthropy?
What do you want? Do you want hair of the cat or hair of the dog?
No, I did say he would look funny as if he had a full...
We even have hair of the bat.
Yeah, but I did say it would look funny if he had a full full-bodied beard.
It's a natural 20 to resist the taking the shot, so I very fervently said, no, I'm fine, thank you, I just need to get through this.
Now she just pats you on the back again and goes, that's okay, I'm sure you can struggle through it.
Please, no touching, just let me deal with this while this subsides.
Yes, I would love a coffee.
So at the dwarf, so I'm basically leaning left and then right, left and right.
Are you outside the front door, are you?
No, but you're looking into it.
No, I'm throwing outside the front door.
Yeah, but you need to turn around now, I think.
Why? I'm too busy throwing up.
Yes, you're feeling very sick.
Yep. I'm kind of sticking my head out the door for the next half an hour. But I'm busy throwing up.
And whenever you fill the bucket, she gets you a new one.
Yeah.
If he's doing that for half an hour or an hour, I'd
Yep.
probably spend the first 10 minutes casting Speak with Animals as a ritual and
Yep.
start having conversations with my Axbeak about his eating behaviours.
Well, it talks to you about how it had this most wonderful dream about walking around, playing in a field.
Yeah, well, we can get back to the plains once we're done here.
Well, he says never played in a field like that before, and apparently he was playing with children.
Oh, of course it was.
And he had these strange little pink things for hands.
Oh, he was dreaming he was a human.
That's weird.
Side effect of the giggles and the...
Maybe.
Oh, that's right. You had
Well, you'll need to drink something to give back your fluids because you're
Yeah.
throwing it all up.
But
can we
I
get
need to
some water?
stop throwing up first.
And you stayed up all night?
Yeah,
You get one level of exhaustion.
I know that.
Okay, so yes, she comes down with a little teacup for you.
And can we have another pot of that tea, please?
Oh, we don't have that much left.
Pity.
So, but we got a little cup here or something that should pick him up.
What's in the teacup?
Why?
Well, it's a guaranteed hangover cure.
That doesn't answer the question.
Yes, it is. It's a hangover cure.
What's in the hangover cure?
Many things.
And
Things that make the hangover go away.
how do I know this won't make it worse?
Well, you're throwing up all over the place right now. How much worse can it get?
I die.
Well, if you keep throwing up, you'll die.
Yeah, there's another thing that can make you feel better. But unfortunately, we'll then have to wait another 8 hours.
Do you have any water?
We do have a little bit of water, but not a huge amount. We're using it in cooking right now.
Oh, can't you produce it with magic though?
We do, but we don't produce huge amounts of it. It's not like we have a geyser of it.
But one of your sisters was saying that magic's so easy and you can do anything with it. Surely you can just whip up some water.
Sure, once we're finished getting the baking started, we'll get you some water. It's only about half an hour.
That's a 2. I guess I'll take this.
The hangover
2.
cure.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Is it a poison one?
That's another 2.
Okay, so
Did you want to use a reroll?
No, this is fine.
there are no rerolls for tonight. So you take down it, you feel it sink into the bottom of your stomach. You feel extremely ill for a slight moment, and then it's all gone.
Oh. Okay.
You no longer feel like talking like a pirate.
What about vomiting and stuff?
Not even vomiting at all.
Okay.
Nothing's spinning, nothing's moving. Everything seems to be back to normal.
Can I check myself over?
You seem to be okay.
So I'm a dwarf.
You're still a dwarf.
Okay, I'm talking same as usual.
Well, you're still a hill dwarf.
Yeah, still a hill dwarf. Okay.
Did you just have the equivalent of, like, bliss?
I have no idea what I had. I had something.
We had something that that settled his stomach and removed other magical effects on him.
Which is annoying, because...
Thank you?
Isn't that what you needed?
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with magical remedies.
But you're a dwarf, of course you wouldn't be. It doesn't always work on you.
So why did it work now?
It's because you're not a mountain dwarf.
Wait a minute, what do you mean it doesn't always work?
Because you're not a mountain dwarf.
Well, some dwarves magic just doesn't work on them properly.
Yeah, but that means you've been testing this on different dwarves.
Oh, you're
Of course I've been testing it on different dwarves. I've tested it on everything.
Oh, that's right. He was unconscious for when we were talking about the conversation with all the different...
So, how many other dwarves have you tested this on?
Less dwarves than halflings. Less halflings than gnomes. Less gnomes than humans. Less humans than elves. Elves are fun.
Does Galadriel use numbers?
Yeah.
Are you able to fabricate one?
I could fabricate any number you like.
Okay, just to safely say, today's the first dwarf that she's tested something on.
First dwarf this year.
Right. Well, let's just leave it at that. Thank you, I guess.
She pats you on the top of the head, rather condescendingly, and walks off.
Okay, that's
Do we
fine.
know what side effects he may suffer?
Yes, he won't be affected by magic for the next hour or two.
That's funny.
Oh.
Nullification.
So, is this distilled from mountain dwarf blood?
Yep.
That's creepy.
We get it shipped in especially.
Yeah, good for counteracting magical poisons and that.
It's better than goblin blood. Goblin blood sort of has a similar effect, just not always as effective.
What, completely random?
It helps with toxins of any sort, but yeah, mountain dwarf blood's the best. Pity it's so hard to get. My aunt used to have it on tap.
Sorry, what, on tap?
Yeah.
How do you have mountain?
Don't ask.
Well, I had a couple of them hanging around.
You had them hanging around.
My aunt had a couple of them hanging around.
Oh, bloody
Where did you find them in the first place?
Well, they've probably gone raiding.
Well, they were leftovers from the gold rush.
Gold rush.
I think Tidras are just gonna
Can I
walk
do a
off
history roll on that?
and just sit at the table at this point and just kind of look into an empty glass of water or something.
No,
Just-
you have used just an empty glass because it's not filled with anything.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, just a mug or something, and just stare into the void of the empty cup.
So yes,
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out when the last gold rush would have been.
I would have been about 200 years ago, maybe less. Dwarves have had Galantrian since then.
Yeah, well, I don't even know how long sea hags live for. Probably indefinite until someone kills them.
Some people do live until they're killed. Especially undead. Undead are prone to, live a long life. As unlife.
Well, living impaired. Oh, that's right. Our little paladin hasn't done his usual trick when he finds people that he's not familiar with.
So there was a reference to Cheval hasn't cast Detect Undead recently.
Should cast Detect Undead? I'm not sure, shouldn't I?
I think you might start a combat, but yeah.
You try to...
Yeah.
So you do Detect Good and Evil looking for undead?
Does that actually work on undead?
Yes.
I thought it was more of an intent.
No, you know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Of which there are all the above 30 kilos.
Okay.
How about a ring of unlife that when you wear it gives you the abilities of the undead
Well, there
and the disadvantages as well.
Okay, so...
Also, sorry, so yeah, if I use Divine Sense until the end of my turn, I sense up 60 feet Celestial Fiend, or Undead. Not protected by total cover.
So which one? That one's from your class ability?
Well,
Yeah, it's from my class ability.
Sorry, just dropping books everywhere. I'm having one of those days.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't detect any fiends or undead within range.
Speaking of people having one of those days,
Okay.
I've put normal milk in
You-
your vanilla coffee and
Oh,
almond
that's
milk
less
into
usage.
Stefan's hazelnut coffee.
Give him the vanilla if he doesn't mind.
That's fine.
I don't like the hazelnut.
You'll go for the hazelnut?
Those days happen.
so if they're wearing was it a magic disguise shell?
Though they just seem to be in black cloaks with white hair that's hiding all their face.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if it's like a disguise shell, wouldn't that also offset any detect beings?
Not necessarily, unless they're having some form of magic obscuring them. And not all creatures are fiends or undead.
No, I just reckon these are just hags.
Okay. So, yes, your spell goes off and you don't detect any undead within range.
Cube. That's fine.
So, what would you like to do? Now that everyone's awake and I've had words with my axe speak, we are going to head to the tower with our
Yeah.
There's only
Yeah,
going to
that's
be a slight problem with that. Because we have fronted up this during the day, we've slept 8 hours, so it's probably actually night time
It's
outside.
getting close to night, yes.
Oh.
Well, that's okay. You've got the orb of shininess.
Yeah, we've got our garlic necklaces. We'll be okay.
Okay, yeah, that's nice against any vampiric attacks, but I believe the wolves and the wolfmen and the men wolf and the other wolves and the coffee wolves and the other hairy things.
Camden's fine with that. She'll, carry a big sword along.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think any. Oh no, I'm fine, thanks. Yeah, it's unfortunately I don't think we can actually harm them. Unless you can't bloody do divine strike on them or something like that. But yeah, I basically can just talk to them and then get my throat ripped out by them.
So a normal day.
Is that a suggestion?
No, because I don't think that you'll have any silvered weapons, would you?
What, you asked the woman if she had any silver weapons?
Yeah.
He says yes, but I use them.
Yeah, well, it's expected you'll have some way of defending yourself.
Well, I have wolfsbane around the perimeter of my of our tower, so wolves don't come here.
Yeah, but I don't think wolfsbane works on a personal level, does it?
Why are you saying you're a wolf?
No. I haven't run into any sea wolves.
I wouldn't recommend drinking wolfsbane either because
Yeah, I know it's a poison.
it is a poison.
So it's name drink.
Though mandrake has been known to get up and walk around on its own. That's why it's called mandrake.
If I remember
It's a
correctly.
specialty of this region.
Oh, there's a lot of hangings.
No mandrakes.
Isn't it supposed to occur from somebody being hung?
No, it's just a natural occurring magical herb. There's so much magic in the region that it's bound to create offshoots.
Yeah.
But if you recommend if we hang people that it will create more, we can start trying that if you like.
No, but that's the only way I know of it. But this is the land of magic, so
It is.
everything.
If anyone does something without magic, it's because they're poor.
No, I just haven't been trained yet. I'm not high enough yet.
Well, everyone runs with magic.
Yes, my other character runs with magic. Literally.
And you see a barn owl flying in the window.
Oh, fresh batch of garlic, I see.
Oh, not garlic today, probably just the mail run. She goes over to a bag sitting around its chest and just starts going through it. And then pulls out a couple of letters and gives it a gold coin and it flies off.
Don't you just love bags of holding?
Yeah, it cuts down on the flying.
Unless you... Yeah, unfortunately, certain items can't be put in there.
Oh yeah, you never want to try to travel with artifacts in those things. They don't work so well. Or living things. Living things are very hard to come by through the mail. I once tried to source a beholder, but I didn't even get one of the ice stalks through. Should have really gone for the portable hole upgrade, but I thought it was a bit steep.
Let's see. The beholder was unconscious, correct?
Well, it didn't arrive because it wouldn't fit in the bag. Wouldn't even send an ice stalk.
I can't really see a beholder wanting to do that.
Well, I wanted to test the eye magic on the eyeballs to see how that would work.
Yeah, could it work if they've been removed from a beholder?
Yeah. Anything with eyes will work on. You can see what they've seen.
True, that is your specialties.
Well, you just lick the eye for a while and you get the knowledge from the eye. Have you ever tried it?
No, I normally find that a bit uncomfortable.
Well, your own eye, of course, but someone else's eye is less uncomfortable for you. You just try not to nibble on it like my sister does. You don't get much after that.
A bit more much talkative to the other ones that I've met.
Other...
You're more of you're probably coastal relatives.
I have no coastal relatives.
Okay, specialties that are similar to you and your sister.
We like to live together. So much safer.
Yeah, well, the only other witches I've met have been sea hags.
Yeah, well, sea hags have their own way of doing things, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it seems
I'm sure they're a bit salty.
Yeah, but it seems an eye thing happens to be common.
What, licking eyes?
Licking eyes, playing with eyes, eating eyes.
My sister likes eating them, but I like them with coffee. Just watch them put it around for a while before you do your divination. Give you time to think. Sit and think.
What, being stared at while you're drinking coffee?
Don't you like having an interaction with your coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
Why not? It's such a great thing. It has this wonderful smell, depending on what it's been brewed with.
No, I actually
Brings back
prefer
great memories.
tea or spirits.
I don't know. Drinking someone's spirit does seem to be a bit on the nose to me. Maybe you should go see
no. Not that type of spirit.
That's the best type of spirit that you can get, as far as I can tell, because you can actually increase your own lifespan by drinking someone else's spirit. But that's more necromancy. I'm not really into necromancy.
Sorry, I missed what was just said.
So, okay, she was saying that she's not really into necromancy. She doesn't like drinking other people's spirit.
But she's happy having eyeballs in her coffee, so she doesn't mind being stared at.
Well, she says it's her best interaction of the day.
You okay, Colonel?
So she sort of says in passing, so if any of you were to die, would you mind if I took your eyeball?
Leave my eyeballs on.
Not having mine.
Yes, it was very much mine.
Unfortunately, no, because I believe if I'm coming back, dying, I probably will be coming back, but I'd still like to have all my parts with me.
You're offering up your eyeball?
No, something completely different.
You rolled up something random?
I'll let you guys finish this first, and I'll let you know what I've just done.
What is the dwarf done?
We dropped off your entire body.
That's sort of finishing up, so what did you just do to your dwarf?
So, Titus is kind of very distraught because he's just had an entire nightmare of being on a ship and now has a fear of sailing instead of rats. Because he managed to get over the rat thing, I think, mostly.
Yeah, do you realise where we're heading off next?
Yes. It wasn't his fault.
I was just trying to get you the sound like a pirate, and you also had the bonus effects of what it's going to be like on the ship.
And so then he's just been told about this whole, mountain dwarfs hanging from a, thing and
well, you're the
being
one who kept on
tap
pushing to
and
the
stuff.
point.
Yeah, it was his fault. And he's found that kind of horrific. So he's kind
What do you
of
expect
in his depth of despair has decided to cast suggestion on himself.
And what was the suggestion?
I will not think about hanging dwarves and will go out with my party enjoying the day.
So you feel very blissful.
He feels
Everything
amazing.
is awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah, could be. Yeah,
So he will suddenly get up from the table going, with a big smile on his face, go, "Come on guys, let's go for an adventure."
You okay?
I am fantastic. This is great. I love being here. Don't you like this place?
The witch sort of turns to the rest of the group and says, "Has he been sampling our syringes without our permission?"
No.
We normally charge for that.
No, because the thing is, he's been given that anti-magic drug. Well,
Oh, that's right. Your suggestion failed.
That's right, so it failed. So ignore that last bit, it failed.
so he's been putting up all this act,
So
and
he
then,
tries,
then he realises.
He just drops and goes, no, I tried. I couldn't do it. And goes and cries in the corner. Sorry, correction, balls in the corner.
So you have a crying hill dwarf in the corner now. The Axbeak goes over and snuggles up to him.
I will also go over and console.
That means a pirate shot won't work on him, doesn't it?
No, won't work. Well, she says, well, the other shot would have worked a lot better for him if he was the same bloodline of the person who donated it. It always works in the same bloodline.
It's kind of hard to decipher through my mumble something about it's either dwarves on tap or pirates on tap and sea and
there were rats on that boat too.
there were rats on the boat. There was, it was horrible and just everything's terrible.
So it was rolling seas and squeak, 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 scratch, scratch, scratch.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how come the Axbeak hasn't been playing around with his squeak toy?
Because he's too interested in
But
scratching.
he realized it's working. He realized his immersion therapy has been working on Tigers.
And plus it requires him to actually care about doing it long term.
Yeah.
That too.
So yes, I'm busy balling.
And so yes, you got a couple of people trying to placate you. One of them being an Axbeak.
So I know.
He's going tap 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 on your forehead until you stop crying.
Which is kind of concerning. Just a couple of hit points every time.
So you got this red mark here now.
Yeah, probably. Wonder how long it would take me to stop bawling.
Though you do hear from upstairs, I got a shot for that.
That won't work. It has to be mundane.
Probably swear.
Damn it!
Probably swear loudly in Dwarven and say in Dwarven, no more bloody shots.
Unfortunately,
And you
most,
hear another one say, I got a shot for that.
unfortunately, most of us can actually speak Dwarven.
Yeah. At least two of you can, I think.
I console Tigers and improve some of my water, like actual water.
I will happily drink water that I know is water.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Magical water wouldn't have any effect on you.
Do you trust these ladies?
No, this is water that I've
Oh yeah, I'm drinking that, but I wouldn't trust water from these ladies as far as I can throw them.
Water tastes
But
very stale.
you had the giggle tea, didn't you?
The what?
The giggle tea.
No. Oh, I had a sip, but I resisted it, I believe.
You did resist it.
Yes.
Yes. But technically you had some of their water.
Yes, but they also were drinking it at the same time.
Yes, and I don't want to think about where that water came from because afterwards we found out they don't have water.
No, they do. But then I found out that basically all the bloody alcohol around this damn country is made out of bloods of certain things.
Yeah, but come on, teenage angst. I'm going to think the worst here. It's either blood or they've peed into these cups. So, it's teenage angst.
Yellow vodka.
Yeah.
Only the best.
I'm not into that fetish.
That's imagination for you.
Okay, so you get yourself back together in about 10 minutes.
Okay, cool.
So he's got another 40 odd minutes left with the
Something like that.
potion.
Yep. So you got yourself, you're all back together again, everyone's consoled you.
Yep.
You've got someone saying, if you wait around long enough, I can give you a shot for that.
No more shots, please. Just no. let's go.
I can try hanging you by your ankles until whatever it is drains out of you.
I walk out the door.
You walk out right into some fog.
I do.
Completely surrounded by fog. You can't even see the door behind you. It's so thick.
I will feel behind me for the door.
Yep, you find the door frame before you go too far.
Okay, I will then slide to the right of the door frame, my back against the wall, and just cry. Well, not cry, just at least hang my head and be like, I hate this place. I'll open the door ajar and say, I'll be out here when we're ready.
Okay, with the wolfsbane, what area effect does it affect?
What you asked them?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't touch the walls at all. But we hear them sniffing and scratching just outside.
Yeah, so basically anybody who's dumb enough to stay outside with the door closed.
Yep.
Is
Is wolfbait. I could do with some more wolves, so why don't you send your guy you don't like outside and tell them to wait, and we'll see how long they last.
New character.
How long is it roughly till like nighttime?
Oh, it's nighttime now.
Oh,
He
now,
says.
right. Okay.
You slept through the day.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oops.
Yeah, we've slept through the day and then I can actually go to sleep.
I go outside until finders and
Or you open the door and just pull him in.
Outside right now.
So as soon as you
Still
step out,
outside.
you see that as soon as Zal steps within 30 feet of you, the fog just seems to go away. The fog won't be within. The fog keeps at least 30 feet from her at all times.
How do you keep doing that?
That is a very good question that I'm hoping that Yuri will answer.
Or the one of the three sisters who's down here, you might be able to advise, other than saying it's in her blood.
So are we going to visit Yuri in the night or during the day?
During the day. We
Okay.
have pastries for him, so I was hoping for fresh ones, but they're now going to be like a day old. But I'm sure that's okay.
I'm sure magic can fix it. They've
Well,
got
so-
magic for everything.
We're baking overnight. It'll be ready in the morning.
Oh, good. Good.
Alright.
Special ingredient. I'm sure it'll have some interesting dwarven dreams for him.
I'm going to keep and have a good rest, and then I'll wait. I'm going to wait so well in the middle of the night to take over.
So would you like one of the pastries? She says you should try. You should try one. It will give you some really interesting dreams.
No, thank you.
I'll
That might
pass.
be one. I'm gonna take that one.
Yes, I'll do first shift overnight for a few hours, and then wake up shop now.
Find the calendar, shove out.
So it looks like you're gonna have to sleep inside.
That's fine. I'm just going to cuddle the
Yeah.
axe beak.
That's fine.
I need some kind of warmth right now.
It's okay. It gives you a little squeaky toy to cuddle while it cuddles up to you.
This is an awkward but funny relationship.
It's a red squeaky toy.
And if possible, I'll have a pirate shot.
You'll have a pirate shot.
Yes.
Okay, she gives you another pirate shot.
Yeah, and this time I'm going to go to sleep.
You're dreaming of the open sea.
Yeah, well, so I can... Because I'm a little bit homesick.
Though it seems to be from a different area than you come from.
I expect this to be
They seem
fairly
to
old.
be, they seem to be more Viking than you're used to.
This is more like camping.
Okay, so this is more of a Viking raider than a... Yeah. Yeah, well. Hey, I'm on a boat.
You're on a boat.
I'm on a ship. I'm happy.
You're on a ship. The seas are large.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So, you're,
So I'm going to be...
do you recognize a Camden lookalike?
well, there'll be a lot of Norse in there in your dreams.
Yeah, but if I'm correct, this should be a fairly old, because isn't...
They all look to be about Camdu's age.
Of course, but I don't know what time period this came from.
So you have a deep dream of being on the ocean.
So does that mean I'm going to sound like a Viking instead?
Still pirate.
They are pirates
Yeah,
too.
but now it's going to be a pirate with a Scandinavian accent.
Well, just think Swedish chef, and you're fine. And just throw in a few R's and timbers. Okay, so yeah, the rest of you manage to sleep okay. You keep your watch, and outside doesn't change at all.
That's bad-faced.
And so you wake up about 8 hours later. You're told that it's going to be another few hours until morning.
Morning is broken.
So we sleep
I guess I asked more of the sisters about the people who lived there before, trying to glean any more information about them.
Well, the younger one says that they were quite interesting. Every time she communed with the place, they would tell her a little bit more about them. They were following some diary that they got from some ancestor, and believing that it will only ever tell them the truth. Boy, they were wrong.
Are the spirits still here? Or they've been...
They're being gone. They were tasty. I told you not to drink spirits. It has a bad side effect.
Yeah, wait a second. Does that also mean that you've got their memories?
Had their memories. Yeah, that's all gone now. You know, like any sort of alcohol, it doesn't last.
So what did this book look like that they had?
Oh, just like some old, like very much like a spell book. They referred to it as their Necronomicon or something like that.
Necronomicon.
Yeah, something like that. So something about their Book of Undead with their family tree and stuff in it.
Great.
Did they state how many copies of this book was made?
No, they didn't say how many copies. It's just that they refer to it as the good book.
The good book.
Well, it did bring back certain people when they got hit by it.
That's a new thing. I never heard of anyone coming back being hit by a Book of the Dead. I've heard of people being killed by being hit by a Book of the Dead, but not being brought back.
Yeah, twice. I've seen it happen. Oh, actually, no, that's the wrong character. Well, no.
Yeah, I'm not undead, right? Okay, well, thank you for this information.
Just checking the either the beginning of the book or the back of the book saying, if lost, please return it to last bloodline of such and such.
Mobile number 666.
Well, they do have a way of finding their way to family, apparently.
And so what did they say about what the book was telling them? Like why do you say it is false information?
Well, they believed that they had family residing in the region that they would be able to catch up to and would help them fight the undead.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea if they were successful or not. They didn't quite have any knowledge on that.
Well, I don't think they were successful because they're dead, aren't they?
Well,
So
they're
they're-
dead, yeah.
And they're no longer undead, so they weren't successful either.
They were never made undead.
Well, they can't be.
Well, not if their spirits are roaming around. Well, they could still be animated as skeletons or zombies. There's no, spirit inhabiting the body there.
Yeah.
But I'm not really into that sort of black magic.
Yeah, but you are into spirit type.
Slightly glanced down at my dad's skull.
Well, I had a spirit orb at the time. We just sucked in their spirits, and so waste not, want not.
That's one thing. Does her dad's head's front up as undead?
Actually, has my dad's skull been still chattering away, and can they hear him?
He has sort of been muttering at a low tone, but not very loudly
I
around them.
don't think he really wants to be noticed by witches,
Yeah, right.
especially since one of them likes drinking souls.
Yeah. This is why I'm asking. So he's been low key.
He has been low key,
Cool.
as in low key, not L-O-K-I.
Yeah, we've got Loki here. Well, I just went. I didn't go to Homendale, but I did go to with some Vikings.
And so they say you must have some vampire magic on you because you seem to be keeping the mist at bay.
Actually, can I borrow your bag for a second? This is the one with your father's head in it.
No, my father is literally tied onto my belt.
Yeah, but can I just take that outside?
No.
No, I'm just seeing if it's actually him or you.
No.
Oh, better still, I'll hold on to it and you go outside then.
Still no. He doesn't leave my side at all, ever. He touched my belt for a reason because he has a tendency to float 60 meters behind me.
Yes,
And,
you only need to stand in there like 10 feet away.
No. I don't trust you. Maybe if it was Tigress asking this.
You're gonna try to work out if it's actually her or father causing the mist to be out of bay.
Does I'll turn to you and basically ask, does this interest you enough to warrant this?
Just be back in a moment, getting Ariad to something.
Because if you're willing, I'll hold it for you while you take a step outside. But if not, and this is just his curiosity, then I won't bother.
Well, it is a curious phenomenon, but I don't think it is me or the skull.
Okay.
So you think it's more of your bloodline then?
I'm thinking either bloodline or my blood.
Oh, the book. Oh, I forgot about your book.
Yeah. We were literally just talking about my book like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 possibilities.
Yeah, fancy comes into my hands and I'm asking about my missing family members. Oh.
So much. That book.
Yep.
It's just going to be interesting. You're going to meet up with the Lord and going, yes, we're going around hunting undead, and we're going, and you're undead.
I mean, I'm happy to let Tyrus hold my dad's skull for like 5 minutes. Because I trust Tyrus. I don't trust you.
Okay, well, if that'll sate the halfling's curiosity, then I guess.
Hypothesis.
So you hand over the skull to the halfling?
No.
to me.
It's just, the only other thing that we forgot about is it could also be the book. So, are you going to give the book to your paladin girlfriend?
No.
Or you're going to give it to, or give it to the dwarf as well?
The paladin fully knows why I carry around this very bleak-looking book.
Well,
Not good.
it's your family heritage.
Yeah, but so Titus is about the only one who knows what this book truly is. Everyone else just thinks it's a black book.
That apparently Titus wants to beat the hell out of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a black book with that's got dwarven writing through it, which is speaking about certain black arts.
Yeah, but can you read Dwarven?
Yes, I can read dwarven.
Yeah, but it's I presume the book is ciphered in Dwarven and Celestial at this point.
I'm a thief. Plus, I've been around with undead as well. Haven't you heard about the vampire pirates and the other undead pirates, things like that?
I don't think I've actually had the book out since we've rejoined in this area.
Oh, not here. No.
No, so I don't think your character has actually seen my book at all.
Oh, I did see it once when you.
No, your character didn't see it.
Okay, because I thought you were going over the gods and things like that with the dwarf.
You said.
I believe the last time she did was just before your character changed over.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, when we were doing that, it was in private.
Yeah, I think the last time we seriously sat down with the book was when, in that 3-year period, me and Tiger were going through it.
Okay, fair enough. That's alright. Backtrack.
And we haven't, your character wouldn't know about the book. You know about the book, but your character doesn't. So you will probably, rightly so, would think it's either me or the skull. But you don't know that I also have the book on me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it would answer for me whether it's either me or the skull or the book.
Well, I've currently got the skull in my hands.
Yep. It feels extremely hot in your hands. It's never felt hot before.
No, there's actually one way. Have the
burning?
dwarf walk outside.
It is starting to burn your hand. You can actually see smoke curling up around it.
Can I juggle?
Sure. Give me the dexterity roll.
I thought we were supposed to let this being inconspicuous.
Wouldn't it be holding it from the belts that I usually have it on?
Oh, did you give me the belt as well, did you?
Yeah, because it's in a belt pouch type thing, wasn't it? So that it actually doesn't look like a skull hanging off your...
No, he's literally hanging as a skull off one of my belts.
Okay.
Oh, you have multiple belts, right? Okay.
I thought you had him in a pouch to hide him, because that
I've got a
probably
17 anyway for Dex, so.
Great. So you are juggling her dead father's skull.
So you see your dead father's skull bounce up and around in Titus's hands, who just can't seem to hang on to it because it's too hot for him.
He's playing hot potato.
I quickly moved the however far away I need to move. See if outside the bolt has moved with me or has stayed where it is.
So the furthest you get from the skull, the brighter the skull gets.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, but
Ow.
yeah, but you only just need to be her just to go straight outside to see through the.
Well, the light the skull puts out is increasing with each step she takes.
I'd probably take like.
Hey, it's a police song.
3 steps and stop because I realise what's happening.
Actually.
Apparently, Dad doesn't like you.
No, it could also be that you may be in danger if you go outside by yourself.
I'll hand you back the skull. That was way.
I put that boat back on.
It was way too hot. It was just like boiling in my hands or something.
Yeah, you can see burn marks on his hands.
Ooh, can I call mend or whatever it is? Does this actually do damage?
He got close to doing damage. If you had tried to hang on to it, it would have started doing damage.
Oh, okay.
But we're now. I'm just now waiting on one of the hags to say, "We've got a shot for that."
No, they're just watching on in interest.
I will just put some ointment on my hands, I guess.
Well, one of them does call out, "We've got something that might help with that."
No, thank you.
Not a shot this time. I can get you some cream only used by on the best babies.
No. I don't want to know how many humanoids were
expensive.
involved in its procedure of construction. No.
No,
thank you.
he's not. You're not asking him what it's made of. Just saying, did you want to have baby oil rubbed over you?
No, thank you. I will pass.
Okay, well, so now I know that my dad doesn't want to be like even 3 steps away from me, so that's interesting.
Sometimes he's very possessive.
Or it's
Yeah,
just,
I'm presuming more so given where we are.
or it's just his undying love.
No, I think it's because she's going out where there's things with gnarly teeth and claws and fur.
So do you want to leave the book inside and try doing it again?
No, I don't want to get the book out in front of the winters. If you didn't hear that, George was just saying toss a coin to your witcher.
Oh, that's not what came to my mind.
Just to get that all stuff in your mind as well.
No, I haven't actually seen that part
Don't
yet.
worry, Camden did that. He's 30 of them.
It is 30 coins.
No.
They are curious about your skull.
I was gonna say.
They are curious about your glowing skull.
It's just a normal globe in the shape of a human skull. Nothing to see here. Moving on.
Well, it does look like it's got a spirit in it. We can get rid of that if you like.
No.
No.
Okay, no cost to you. We could do some extra, spirit juice.
No. Yes.
Didn't you say you wanted some spirits earlier?
I told you not that hard.
No, I very much want to keep this spirit with me. With, my poncho.
We'll give you 100 gold for it.
No. I presume that they're shocked by this instant tone down, but I don't care.
No, they're not too worried about it. They know when something's valuable. One of them dusts into a coin and pulls out. I've got a gem worth 10,000 gold. Would that work?
No.
Right, how much would you sell the spirit for?
It's not for sale at all, ever.
Not for sale.
So, out of that, over a dead body.
Why
Don't you dare say it over my
No, I didn't say it. I did the timeout thing.
Well, if you ever,
dead body?
if you ever want to get rid of the spirit, just come back to us. We'll extract it for you.
Mother will certainly be displeased.
Though we do notice you've also got an arrow for spirit in it as well.
Yeah, they both have a lot of charms.
I'll happily sell it. Whatever.
I see.
I touched the arrow because
Yeah, no, you can fuck off right now.
See, look, we'll give you that 20,000 GP gemstone for the arrow.
Didn't your mother disappear? Did she disappear after she made the arrow, or is she still there?
She's inhabiting the arrow.
What?
She's inhabiting the arrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm just... So what are you going to do with your brothers and sisters then? What are you going to put them into?
She'll get more magical items, I'm sure.
I turn them down and then start to walk out.
Okay.
Assuming it's just about dawn.
They're getting close to dawn, but you still can't tell. It doesn't look any different to you.
Oh, the sun's rising. It's red.
Yeah, that sounds right. Exactly.
Yeah, we do have a red light here.
What is Camden been doing in all this? I'm very interested.
Candy's been just sort of watching what everyone else has been doing. She slept when everybody else slept.
So she's had slept for 18 hours.
No,
Oh, 16 hours. Well, you had 2 8-hour sleeps.
I slept for a certain amount of time. 8 hours or something, and then we got up.
And then they slept again. You had a lot of time resting. You feel a bit restless.
Oh, I now feel normal.
Well, we can't go outside because of the wolves until it's daylight. We go with Sal.
No, I think it was other things out there as well.
Well, when you see Zal walk out, all the fog just moves away from her again.
Yeah, so we follow her.
So, which way to... What was it? The tower from here.
They point, go that way. See the bit with the brightest glow?
That's Zal.
Okay, brightest glow not in the fog. Brightest glow in the fog should point you to the tower. Or come back here depending on how badly your compass points.
Well, the compass would be pointing back here.
Well, if you look at your compass and it's pointing in the direction you're going the wrong way.
Actually, I'll pull the compass out. Is it still pointing towards the...
Yep.
Okay, then I'll mark on where she said where the... on my compass on where the tower is.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I should be able to work out where the tower is and where the mill is.
What is that? Oh.
As long as you keep walking between the two.
Hmm.
Okay, so you've got your halfling come up with a cunning plan to point you in the right direction.
Oh, I do have navigation.
Apparently he's navigated in fog before.
Going in the opposite direction of his needle point?
Yes, but he's marked it so he knows if it's veering off course.
Useful.
Unfortunately, the sextant and the other bits and pieces I've got are useless.
Yep.
We'll compare it to the stars.
Actually, damn, I forgot that. Oh, that's right. If I'm unconscious, my bloody alertness does not work.
And you find yourself walking quite easily through the grasslands north of the city. You come in through the city to the south. And every now and then you come across a skeleton or a zombie working the coffee fields.
Interesting.
Well, nothing else seems to be safe working out in there. And you can see a lot of the skeletons have their legs gnawed on.
Yep. Surprising.
Looks like fresh teeth marks on some of them.
Yeah.
Great, things to kill.
You want to kill the workers?
Oh,
That's bad. That's bad.
I forgot to tell them that their workforce is literally dead. The dead don't rest here.
Yeah, they don't get paid to rest. They don't get paid to be with.
Yeah, well, normally the song is you can sleep when you're dead, but not here.
Well, their spirits are sleeping. Or be drunk by someone.
Yeah.
So yes, you travel on, and it doesn't take you too long, and you find yourself at the base of a tower. It's got Zal's family crest on the side of the tower.
Of course it does.
Great.
Why would
So, this is your uncle.
How do I'm not this bloody person who put through the thing, knotted it up?
I don't want to cheat and just put a hole through it.
Well, because I reused them as
Oh.
bin bags.
Fair enough.
I guess she thought she was being helpful, but in actuality she was giving me 5 electric shocks before I gave up and gave it to someone else.
Well, she was electrically charged.
Which is probably why I sound really irritated right now.
So yes, you've reached the base of the tower. There is the Zal's family crest on the side and a doorbell, a bell with a knocker on it,
Okay.
Well, Zals,
literally attached to the door, so a doorbell.
right ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go that.
What does the knocker look like?
Well, it is a little skull hanging on a chain in a big brass bell.
Expecting a large noise to occur.
I ring the doorbell then.
Okay, you sound what you hear what sounds like a fanfare happen when you ring the bell.
How loud is it?
Quite loud.
Yeah, so I was right. So everybody else is deafened and I've got
It's
my-
like a ding, da-da-da-da. And well, it's not deafening, it's just loud.
Let's just hope that your relative is not sleeping at the moment.
Okay.
You don't really
And,
want to run into a grumpy relative.
The door opens and a 7-foot tall guy pokes his head out and says,
You rang.
"Okay," he says, "You rang," in a creepy voice.
We are hoping to have an audience with the master of this house. We have brought gifts from the witches down the way.
"You may enter," he says as he steps back, gesturing you into the tower.
Awesome. Apparently, Josh or Chevelle note down 7-foot man. Oh my god.
No, 7 foot. Oh my god, it's not.
I go in on the
Yeah, I'll go in.
Okay, he takes you into what appears to be a little chamber off to the side near the main doors, where they have guests wait to be heard. And in there's a nice fire going. There is a couple of wolf pelts on the floor. There's a stuffed bear against the wall. There are heads of various creatures adorning the wall.
What is this stuffed teddy bear in the corner?
There is a stuffed bear in the corner. Looks like it was about a 6-foot tall bear when it was alive.
So not very big.
So Cam is cool, Wow, the rest of the party is.
And the creepy butler asks if you would like anything to drink or eat while you wait.
No, fine, thank you.
Fresh water that's not made from magic would be great.
He says, "I have rainwater."
That'll do.
Wouldn't that still be classed as magical?
What is he? What does he look like?
He looks like he's human, but hard to tell because most humans aren't that tall.
Yeah, no, that's
Any scarring?
He doesn't seem to have any scars, but he does have a limp.
Oh, okay. At least he doesn't have a hunch.
No hunch. 7-foot tall for hunch would be quite bad. Okay, he comes back with a decanter of what appears to be water and 5 crystal goblets in the shape of skulls.
yeah. I'm not surprised by that at all. I presume he has better than I at my skull on my gift.
No, he hasn't.
Nobody hasn't noticed yourself.
No, he's my dad's pretty obvious. He's glowing bright red most of the time because he can.
Well,
Rude. It's dad is what he does.
Did you ever just thought of putting the arrow next to the skull so they can have a conversation with each other?
They're all pretty much next to each other. They're all on the same side of the hip anyway.
And there is also a letter sitting on the tray.
Who is it addressed to?
It's addressed to Zal.
Oh, awesome. I already know who I am.
Looking on the... Do you pick it up?
Yeah.
On the back, it's got your family crest on it as a seal.
Of course it does. I break the seal and very well.
Okay, as you break the seal, everything goes black for a little bit, and then you see your sister talking into a mirror, telling you that she's sent some messages along to various family members to look out for you and help out where they can.
Okay, awesome. That's a good sign.
And that only you can open the letters.
Sweet.
And that's, and she finishes with she'll give you help where she can, but this is as much as she can do right now.
Yeah. I remember the morning.
And it was dated 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah, so her warning has come true pretty well.
And then then you open the letter and the letter's blank.
Yep. Magic. Go ahead, magic.
The water is quite clear.
I take a small sip to start with.
Yeah, it is very clean. Doesn't appear to be have any sort of taste to it. Doesn't smell bad. Doesn't seem alcoholic in any way.
That's good. I take another full sip.
Seems good. Seems clear water.
Die, apparently. According to Josh, apparently I die.
Then you turn into a pigeon.
Looking around the room, you recognise that there are various tools of the vampire hunter on the walls.
What do I see?
You see that there are some stakes that can be attached to your arm to pop out with springs.
Wood, steel, medium rare.
There are a couple of chains that you can toss that when they basically wrap around someone have a chance of taking their head off.
Oh, interesting.
Made out of silver.
Nice.
There are also a couple of silver and wooden stakes, as well as a silver longsword. With a wooden spiked guard.
I'm very interested in these apparatus projects festival.
Well, they do look familiar from your stories you've heard of one of your uncles.
Oh, another one of my uncles.
The one who the name of his tower seems to match seems to be one of your vampire hunting uncles.
Oh, so like a proper one.
How long ago was that, Uncle?
Well, he was a about 20 years ago, one of the most famous vampire hunters of the day.
So he was like old man now.
Oh, he could look like his normal 20-year-old self.
He could.
Either way, we'll find out shortly, I guess.
About half an hour later, the butler comes back in again. Says he regrets to inform you that the master will be away for most of the day. He is currently visiting in the capital. But he should be back about an hour or two after nightfall. Do you wish to stay?
I wish to stay.
I'll stay.
Well, we've got really no choice. Well, let's see, I've got a choice. I could either stay with the hags or stay here.
Or you can stay in the coffee town.
I've got no means of navigating to the coffee town.
Or you can stay in the boat.
Yeah, I don't want to stay in a Stephen King novel.
Well, how bad can it be? You just get lost in the fog for a little while.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've got no visual.
Any horses?
No, you haven't come across any horses whatsoever since you started walking around.
Well, that's because we stabled our horses.
Yes, I know. I'm asking for Camdu and Chauvel.
You asked the butler.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, horses don't stay in this region. They tend to run away."
What you mean the smart ones do?
Wolves tend to eat the horses if they stay too long.
Yeah. Cool. So your horses have either gone back to the plains, gone back home, and everyone's worried, or they're being eaten by wolves.
And you're going to be reincarnated.
Hey, I'm sure that an undead horse won't be a bad horse.
Yeah, but we've got somebody who doesn't like the living impaired.
They'll never run out of steam.
Yeah, but depending on what they are, they probably might take your hand off.
Okay, so once you say you're going to stay for him, he will offer to prepare a meal for you. Is there any meal you prefer?
Something vegetarian.
Nope. What?
We do have vegetarian. Though the plant life in the area can be sentient at times. He doesn't always recommend eating the plants.
Any edible plants?
Yeah, any plant can be edible as long as it doesn't kill you. It can be nourishing.
Yeah.
Well, currently you got garlic.
His staple is lamb roast.
Ooh, roast lamb.
Camdu will happily have the lamb roast.
Roast lamb? Whoa. I didn't even see any sheep anywhere.
Oh, there are no sheep in the region. We've got some leftover lamb in the storeroom.
Okay. The wonders of magic.
Well, hey, it doesn't go off. It can be there for centuries and still be there. Luckily, this one's only been there for about a week since the last time we had a visitor who actually wanted meat. The master of the house prefers his food to be of the leafy kind. He's a bit odd. He likes vegetables.
Must run in the family.
Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, I'm not averse to eating meat. I just don't very often. Unless we're on the plains and I'm caught myself.
Well, there's also fish as well.
Well, that too.
Okay, so he says that he'll have some food ready for you in a couple of hours.
We're able to explore the castle tower.
He cannot give you leave to explore his master's tower without permission.
Fair enough.
So is there any books in this area?
Does this room have any books in it?
He points to a small little bookshelf and says, there are some tales there. There seems to be one about some Janazi who basically had a tryst with a Nero that seems to be popular in the city at the moment.
I will pick up that book and start reading it, just out of pure hilarity.
Yeah, the main hero of the book seems to be someone by the name of Tidal, who is a water Janazi. And the book is written by a doctor by the name of Azul.
Azul.
Yeah, Dr. Azul. Must know what he's talking about.
Couldn't you think of a better name, title, for what it is?
It's not his full name.
This sounds like a bloody name of a nymph prostitute.
That's okay, just look across the table at the person who named him.
That's why I know it's not his full name.
Sure, it's a he with that name?
Yes.
Hey, magic fixes everything. And then while you're reading the book, it's this big tale of loss and woe as the hero of the story disappears not long after the tryst, and the mother and daughter have to go off and make a life for themselves without them.
Okay.
And how they rely on their friend Dr. Azul to help them through life's difficulties.
So, in other words, he profited off their misery, if this is actually a true story.
My character doesn't. Drazen might.
Yeah, each country he published in, he used a different name.
No.
So the same character in Darakan released the book under D. Razzle.
D. Razzle.
So so the character's actual name is Drazzle, which is why it's Dr. Azul. Magic people seem to think it's written by a better person if there's a doctor involved.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean,
I could say this is just drizzle.
about some things.
Any other books, interesting books on this?
Yes, there is this. There is this tale of pirate and high sea adventures in the R&D waters, where you can actually organise a tour to go off on this pirate adventure, and you can pay for this pirate life. So it's actually a whole book that is a sales guide on going to R&D to have a pirate holiday.
I'll giggle at this. Let me guess. This, in the small print, there's saying that we do not be held responsible if you get captured. And things.
Well, it does have a thing in there saying the more you pay, the more likely you'll come back.
Yeah. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
R&D is the holiday destination of the region. They even have a section on Safari Island, the place where you go to have a big game adventure.
That big game adventure, is that where the dinosaurs and that are?
No, they have actual imported animals that you can hunt.
Oh God.
And sometimes they hunt you.
Of course they'll hunt you. If you're... Yeah.
But the big dinosaurs are way to the south and over the water. To the east of everyone. So there's some to the south and some to the east.
Also, the Isle of Dead is...
Isle of Dread, yes. Isle of Dread is to the south. Isle of Dawn is to the east. Both of them have dinosaurs.
And we were going to Dread, weren't we?
You wanted to go to Dawn.
Dawn. Yeah, that's okay. So, a lot of sailing to go to Dread. If I remember correctly, it's like right down the bottom.
Close to the equator.
I'm presuming Camden.
That's probably why I say bottom, because I think that mine, when I was had the map of it, it was basically the equator was the end of the map.
So what was that, Em?
Oh, so I presume Camden is also very interested in that big game book.
Yes. Yes.
Has lots of pictures. And then it has price tags for you to go and hunt them.
Oh, cool. Okay. Does it say where they're found?
Yes, on Safari Island. They stock them before you get there.
Maybe we should go visit Safari Island.
Because the Arendi Islands are the holiday destination of the region. It says so on the pamphlet.
Ah.
So the pamphlets are always right.
Well, the pamphlet's in the back of the book. So the book is this entire tale of going and spending this pirate life in the Arendi Islands.
Why do you think I was giggling at this?
And you pay for what you get. So if you pay for a crappy adventure, you get a crappy adventure.
Well, if you pay a crappy amount, you get a crappy adventure. But the problem is if you pay too much, then they go,
Oh no, if you pay a decent amount, you get what you pay for. Of course, they have a whole list of inclusions. They even have the real pirate lifestyle as an inclusion if you want to pay for it.
How much are they charging for that?
Oh, the real pirate lifestyle. That one is only 10 gold pieces.
Yeah,
for the safe version, that's 1,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So the pirate lifestyle with exceptions is the 1,000 gold. The pirate lifestyle as is 10 gold. So you pay what you get for. The things you get with the 1,000 gold is you guarantee that no limbs will be lost, or they'll be regrown if they've been removed by accident or purpose, and that you'll be returned on the date that you specify. Whereas the 10 gold piece version is you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Camden's not willing to pay so much money though. It would be 1,000 gold each, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would per person.
Yeah.
But the safari one is based on the animal you want to kill.
But we can just go and find them out where we go. The plains and stuff.
Well, they'll get any animal in for you to hunt. That's their job. They're big game hunters. They hunt, but they don't guarantee that the quarry won't hunt you.
Exactly. Yeah, no. Camden doesn't like this idea anymore.
There is also a animal safari where you get to see the animals up close, but not actually harm them. Recommended for druids.
We had Druid in the party, sure.
Well, we did.
Best way to expand your repertoire, it says.
Yeah.
Come and see animals in the wild. Ish.
Well,
No guarantee it's not already a druid in wild shape is in the fine print.
Maybe we can think about this. It's 10:30 people.
Okay, so if you want, we can finish up there for the night.
Yep.
Sounds good.
And thank you for Skyping in, everyone.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah.
And congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that is hung up.